Brian, redo that. Mike was muted. Welcome back, everybody.
Wow.
Brian, go ahead and introduce your character, class, race, oath.
So, as he said, my name's Brian. I play Skip, the Warforged Paladin, and I have the Oath of Protection.
Alright. Now, last we had left off last week. Within the dwarven merchant city of Farhelm, the southeastern portion of the Brimshire Mountains, you had went there originally just kind of exploring, navigating, a place that Shadow had heard of in his travels and had been here once before, for different reasons. Anyhow, you guys made your way within the city, found that it is a pretty heavily populated place. A lot of dwarves. There are a good mix of other races within here as well. Humans, elves. Not as many gnomes, but there are halflings in the mix. Also not as many, but there are pretty prevalent. You also were able to discover the Brawlers of Beltha, a pretty much very reputable martial arts and like bare knuckle fighting group of individuals that were hosting a tournament within a couple days to come. You met an individual by the name of Baji, who at one point was a Brawler of Beltha, and upon discovering you guys were keepers, had asked if one of you wanted to fight. Skip originally jumped to the opportunity, and which was explained, before, that he's going through a lot of emotions and stuff with these dreams he's been having, and it's very strange for him. Delegated it elsewhere, and Orem stepped up to the table and was able to come out with a victory within the actual tournament himself. Was given tokens of recognition, these very ornate kind of greaves that had some magical properties to them. Also, you kind of discussing amongst yourselves as to what you were going to do next, kind of heard conversation within the Brawlers of Alpha that they were going overseas to the east to Akest within the Jungles of Azash, which is the capital city of the Bengarran, where they had heard that there was a little bit of turmoil going on over there, but they were still going to go over and pretty much perform and do their due diligence as Brawlers of Alpha, and spreading this kind of combat and glory-oriented sort of spectacle. Discussing, had decided that it may be best to head back to the keep, from what I had reckoned you were planning on doing. Yes? Alright. So, now, within the tavern of the Battered Bear, within the city of Farhelm, it's probably about noon at this point. You all awake, Orem a little sore from the day before, but nonetheless, you guys are rested. There's not really much stress on your shoulders as there usually is. You can hear coming from, as you are in like a loft above the actual tavern itself, there's commotion kind of downstairs, the occasional laughter. It's not really rowdy or anything, but you can do as you wish. Head down, get yourself some food, gather around a table, whatever you want to do. And if there's anything everyone wants to do before you leave your room, if there's anything anybody wants to do in general.
Before Skip leaves this room, he's obviously going to say a morning prayer.
Gotcha.
Finn is going to go down and grab some food, but before he does that, he is going to invite anyone else that is in his general area if they want to join him. Anyone want to eat? I got a few coins, I guess I can spare. Anyone want to hang out with me?
I don't eat, but I will come down and spend your money.
I guess I can go.
Give me a minute.
Thank you, Skip.
No problem.
Thanks, Xander.
I'll go.
Shadow?
Sure.
It's more like it. Finn walks
Wait.
down.
Oh, wait! You're right! Holy shit! Sean's fucking brain, dude.
Sorry, we forgot about this.
Holy
Finn,
shit.
when you awake in the morning,
Okay.
when you wake up in the morning,
That's right.
You kind of come to rub your eyes a little bit, sit up in your bed, and as you're going to wipe your face, you kind of realize that you were clenching something in your fist, so you kind of reach up and grab it. It's a dagger. There's like this red liquid kind of dripping off of it. You take and you kind of feel it, it's blood, and you look and kind of look over to the right and see Shadow has blood all over the front of his chest, and he's just laying on the floor.
Guys! Anyone?
I walk in.
It's not what it looks like. I woke up like this. Were you up last night?
Make an intelligence check.
That's an 8.
You walk in and see Shadow pretty much dead on the ground.
Oh no.
I mean, honestly, just turn me in, right? Like that's. I remember doing this, but I guess I did it. I'm guilty, right? I'm not gonna fight you. I place down the dagger
I put
and
my
I'm
sword out like this, and I walk around him, and I go to Shadow,
no, I get it.
and I put my fingers on his throat.
You know what? Maybe he deserved it.
Check.
Can Brian actually feel his pulse?
Yes,
Or can Skip?
Yes.
I've made it to the doorway at this point.
Same.
Oh shit! Running away.
What the fuck is going on in here?
That is a 13.
dead?
13. Alright, as Orem and Moldrak make their way in, and then Connor and Andrew kind of roll over to...
Try my best to slow my heart. Right?
As you walk in, you can see Skip has his finger down and like over towards Shadow's neck. He's got a sword drawn over towards Finn, who's just kind of like sitting there looking and is just setting down the dagger and has his hands up.
What? Whoa!
Something. I just immediately go. And I grab Shadow, pick him up. He's alive.
He just falls over.
No, he's dead. He's dead. There's no way.
I mean,
So I go. Well, I could be wrong, but I want to go feel his pulse. Yeah, I felt it.
You think I would be able to take him?
No,
You think I would think this is gonna be my fucking weapon of choice?
There's no sand on him either, so I don't think.
Orem walks over and kind of leans down, gets right next to Shadow.
I mean, I felt it.
Shadow's eye kind of open. You put your finger on his neck, feel the pulse.
Then he's definitely dead.
I can't believe you've done this.
Finn gets up. All right, let's go. I put my hands behind my back and I create sand cuffs.
Sand.
That doesn't really make sense. Those are your cups. Your real cups.
Well, what do you want me to do? Okay, I woke up like this. Yeah.
My bag.
So I have blood on me and the murder weapon.
Is there any ketchup bottles in the area?
He can escape.
So yeah. I woke up with the weapon in my hand, with blood all on me, with the murder weapon. Sure, I'm guilty. I unleashed the sand and I do it, and then I put it.
And then it goes.
Yeah.
Watch. I put my hand on him and I do 5. And does it reject it?
5?
5 of my health pool.
I was like, what the
Does
fuck
it
is
reject
it?
it?
I mean, it heals him.
It heals-
but he doesn't like. He's not hurt.
I got you.
Oh wait, you got hurt when you cut yourself.
If-
Right? Yeah, so he just goes to full.
So his body takes the thing. See, if he were dead, the energy would resist.
Skip trying to act like. Stop trying to pretend that he's alive. He's dead. Look at him.
We need
Do you
the
see the
battery.
blood?
This man's alive.
Do you see the
I'll
blood?
pick the body.
What are you?
No, you know what? Fuck. If I killed him, maybe he deserved it. But we'll just hop on over to the Lyceum,
Okay.
and I'll give another fucking 16 years of my life.
Oh my! Holy!
I don't think they said
He
not do
is
that.
alive.
No, it's okay. I'm a criminal. You know what? Just take the. He's not even one of us.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's right. I went there.
He pretty much helped us kill the thing you summoned. Okay,
That is true.
that was your
Who's
fault.
the villain here?
All right,
Skip some piano.
you summoned a monster and you killed one of our cool guys.
Yeah, he was just a cool guy.
He wasn't part of your. You are right. He wasn't actually a keeper, so I can't call it like
Damn.
honorary
Real
keeper.
feelings coming out here. No feeling.
You know what? Hey,
Keeper.
let me do a check. I
like
unleash the
one tear rolling down
handcuffs
Shadow's
and
eye.
I send a bit of sand under. Where would a dog be ticklish? Or like where would a dog
Pads of the
react?
feet?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
send it to the
Sand's gonna
correct.
tickle
I send it to the
some
pads of his feet, and
My dog-
I
my
start
dog
getting
is
sand
taking
in
pads of
the
his feet
in the
for,
crevices.
like,
Yeah, or try to get him to move.
Alright, Constitution? Yeah, Shadow, make a Constitution check.
I'm a stone cold killer.
He's not ticklish.
Please. Natural 20.
Oh God! He's dead.
are actually slack. The worm has him like up on his shoulder right now. He's kind of walking. You watch it do that, and he's just like slumped over.
He's got the perfectly good pelt.
Whoa! That is right.
You guys
though.
are fucked up, man.
All right, who's the evil one now? What the fuck was that?
Let's not desecrate a body as far as this has already been.
It's all right. Take me to the pokey.
Even though he's alive, but
What is the pokey?
what is it?
The slammer.
What's a slammer?
I don't think they do. Don't think that they do like jail. I think they just kill you. I think you're dead. I think they
Okay,
have to kill
take
you.
me to the gallows.
Okay,
Get
come
the rope.
Okay, here. I tie him up.
Yeah, do it right now. Let's
Tie
do
him
it.
up.
Yeah, you know what? I want it to be you, Ander.
I'm hitting him with one of those boat ties too. You're fucked, bud. Not running for me.
Hey, how about this? Can I pull one of your fucking cards to see if I can live or die? How about that?
You killed
Okay,
somebody.
you're
It's
sounding
not
real
like
hostile. Why are you angry at us? You killed
yeah,
him.
you're the
No.
one who killed him.
Bill.
You know, I have a feeling I was framed.
First level.
By who?
Smite roll.
He's dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack it into the floor and try to attempt to wake this fucker up. Yeah, the tavern. This is scared the shit out of everybody.
Make another Constitution.
Natural 20, please.
3.
Skip taking the sword and
We all
chance
have to make
it.
a
Watch this like
con save.
bluish yellow energy, and then he slams it into the ground. The floor splits a little bit. Everybody instinctually kind of jumps up, and Shadow, you kind of do one of these and like land on
His
it.
body's twitching. That's a sign of death. The twitching body.
The second that happens, it's like
Don't worry.
steps.
I only dropped something.
Wait,
I'm, like,
what was
standing
that?
in the
We
doorway.
need you. Okay, he killed somebody. We need somebody to come get him.
Yup.
I just made it look like I bounced off his shoulder and fell into the floor.
What the fuck?
Just lands on the ground. What is going on here?
Somebody murdered
Did you
someone.
not hear that storm?
It just looks like this. The person that walks up just appears to be somebody that works in the tavern, has like an apron on. What are you all doing? Aren't you the keepers?
Oh yeah, the
What is
official
going on?
official keeper business.
Keep your business.
Oh,
Move
yeah.
along.
Yeah, what? Never mind.
Make a charisma.
All right.
Hey, where's your local jail?
12.
12.
That's like.
Where's your local
rolled
jail,
a 13.
sir? I need to be taken there since I'm a criminal.
I don't like your attitude. Okay.
He looks really thrown off. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I still need to go get the guards. And he kind of turns around and
No, that's okay. I'll come with you. I start walking with him.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Aldrich puts his
Where is
What
it?
are you-
starts makes his way down the steps, goes over towards the
Okay.
door. You hear it close.
I don't have it prepared. Damn it! I was gonna say zone of truth, but yeah.
A couple moments pass as you're sitting up here, back and forth, talking amongst one another. You hear the door open and then several footsteps. They make their way up towards the top, and you see probably about 5 or 6 dwarven guards that are standing there at this point. One of them kind of walks forward. They all appear to be of the same rank. What is going on here?
Hey, this guy killed somebody.
Who?
Lily, eager to point fingers at him.
Look, he's got blood on his
Haven't
hands.
you
He's got a
killed
knife. I did not
You
kill
have killed many
anybody.
people.
Sir,
Not
I
my
have
friend.
been,
You've been like immediately
I have been
pointing out
framed,
that he killed
but
him.
I will
I
gladly
think I
go to
killed
the
Shadow
prison.
and then put Shadow in here. I'm not that smart.
If you would be, I walk over to Shadow and I go, can you put your fingers right here? And I put it where his pulse.
Whoa, stand back.
That's what I'm
Listen,
Stand back for a moment.
Okay, you know.
Take a
I
step.
interject and explain the situation in Dwarven,
Exactly.
so they don't understand it.
Okay, what do you say?
That it's all just a joke and that these guys are idiots. And please, we're sorry.
I don't have a brain.
Yeah, what he said. The guy's dead.
It's a joke.
He's
It's
dead.
in Dwarven, you know what I'm saying? But you
He
kind
knows
of know
Dwarven.
that. Oh,
Shit.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Kill Shadow.
God, what do I do?
It's not. It's
Immediately
obviously
after
not
you
a
say that,
joke.
the guards are like, pull yourselves together. You're supposed to be the keepers. You got me over here thinking someone died. You got 5 or 6 of us out here when we could be patrolling the streets. Pull yourselves together. This is a city, not some sort of playhouse. Makes his way down the stairs.
Don't lecture us. We protect the 5 kingdoms.
One of them kind of.
You heard me.
We're gonna get fucking arrested.
I got kicked out of the city.
So, yeah, I'm gonna need an apology from you,
I was trying to tell you
and you.
I was trying to
Yeah, I pick him up. You! No,
Finn, I was the one trying to tell you he wasn't alive.
Hey, pal.
Also,
You ever have
I'm not,
sand in your mouth?
I'm not apologizing.
I still think he's dead. I don't. Look at him.
You know what? I'm hungry.
You that?
I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna forget this happened
Then
because
you're getting arrested. Right? Prove that you killed him. Okay?
I forgive everyone here for playing this dastardly prank on me. Talk to him when he decides the joke is over. I'm gonna eat. And I walked out.
I walked out.
Okay. I need evidence.
Of what?
Stick my leg up as he walks forward.
There's dirties.
Now you fucking get it. I'm gonna get tripped up in my robes. Hold on. Where's my, I think my dex is... So that is a 15.
That's enough to see his leg go up and then step over it.
Can I stomp on it?
Oh my god. Just roll an attack, yeah. At the advantage, he's on the ground.
With advantage. Roll again.
Just add whatever your dex is. Dex or strength, whatever time.
13.
13? Just 13. You go to stomp on his foot. He just comes out of the way. Still with his eyes kind of closed. Like,
As he like backs up or whatever, like stick my leg behind his back as he's backing up.
God.
like another dex save.
That is an 11.
11. Just barely step over the back leg. It kind of catches the back of your leg, but you manage to stand up. You don't fall.
I turn around with tears in my eyes. I get real close. I bend over. Walk out.
That was kind of sexual.
It might be.
Never know.
All right. At this point, Skip, Connor, Orem, Finn,
Sexual
and Moldrak
tension.
have made their way downstairs. Shadow and Andrew, do whatever you guys want. Make your way down into the kind of central area within the Battered Bear. People are talking. People kind of looking over at you guys as you make your way down the stairs and then go back to whatever you're doing. Find a table. Anytime you try to really offer coin here, it's rejected, as you were showed your little tokens of recognition or scrolls. Food is brought to you, kind of very, very basic, but still good and nutritious. Food, ale or water is brought to you. You guys just sitting within the tavern now. Do what you want. Say eventually you would probably all gather up around the same table.
I don't even look at Shadow.
So, are
Sit
we...
next to him.
We are planning to head back to the keep.
That's correct. That was our plan.
Why don't we go to the jungles with our new friends?
They said they didn't want us to.
I want them.
You guys
I
can
think
rule
we
that.
should also destroy that tavern.
Yeah. It's probably a good idea.
There is still a place that I'd like to go, if you're interested.
We were gonna
Are you still
look
talking
around.
about the place under the water?
He has to go.
I was just asking.
Yes, Ender, I am.
I want to go to Southbrook anyway, so.
I mean, they're right there. We
That's
can-
what I'm saying.
It is Southbrook.
Yeah, we're going to the keep first. This was the idea. Keep.
And
We
the
get a
port-
boat at the port there. Can't remember the name because
Oh, I know it.
Port Creek.
Port Creek. So then we're gonna go. Are we going to Azash or
I don't.
the other
I
place?
thought we were gonna go on the way back, but we might. I don't know if we should.
On the way back.
Maybe if we're in the area.
Wait, come on.
I thought somebody wanted to go there. If we don't want to go there, we can go there on the way back.
It's not really.
Then we make it to Southbrook.
We wanted to go to Nassau.
Fair enough.
Did we not want to go to Nassau?
We do. I do. I know.
I
I know you do.
We could come on the way back.
haven't been there in a very long
From the
time.
outdoor. I've never been there.
I haven't been to Masai. I've been to Azash, but not the desert.
The last time I was there, it was not a good time.
Lead is from Nassau.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have a lot of unfinished business there.
Nassai is the capital within the Nassau.
Skip stands up.
This is
I am ready to go whenever you are.
It's pretty early still, so we should probably go.
Now would be preferred.
Oh, we don't have. I was about to say maybe we should buy a car. But we don't have money anymore because we spend it all on that on stuff. All right, guess we're walking.
You are walking.
Okay. Guess I'm walking. Are you guys doing something else then?
No, I'm coming with you. I'm right behind you.
I'm going. Once we get outside, I'm going to find Steve.
Yes.
A warhorse, celestial.
We do.
Alrighty, so as you make your way out of the tavern, start making your way down to the central part of the city. You can see that the brawlers are actually out near the front kind of entryway, even though there's not really gates or anything that are put up around this city. They're kind of all standing over in the corner. You can see Brock, Guruljar, Sahara, Baji's also over there, Duke's over there. They have like a couple of crates they're putting on the back of a wagon and just kind of getting things ready. As Baji sees you guys, he kind of waddles over to you. Oi! Wait a second! Hey! Alright! Hey! So, he kind of walks over towards the arm and kind of gives you guys a wave and reaches his hand out and gives you a shake. So, really appreciate you doing that. I'm back in the brawlers now. They said I have a knack for seeing a good fighter, so maybe there's still something left for me. Still got to do a lot and prove myself, and I just want to say thanks and best of luck to you. Maybe we'll see you around, eh?
Yeah.
So, all right. And as he goes to speak, Duke's like, Boji, get over here. Yeah, sorry. All right. Take care, guys. Turns around and walks over. You can see Duke kind of point over to a couple crates and just picks them up and starts like stacking them into the wagon. As you're walking past, you know, Guruljar gives a couple of like nods and everything. Sahara just kind of like sitting up at the top of the cart. She has like a very, very fine like dagger in her hand. Almost looks like a very, very small stiletto type dagger that she's just kind of like spinning in her fingertips. Sees you guys and gives like a little bit of like a wave. Brock just gives a look. You guys keep passing and then make your way back out into the rolling hills that you are going to start approaching near the keep. You travel for about close to 5 or so days before you get to a certain point in your travels.
During our downtime and resting and stuff.
Yep.
Practice.
Like reading the book and doing that? Okay. Can you reread me how long it takes for
A week per spell.
a week per spell? Okay, so it'd take you about a week for the cantrip. A little less, right? Because Antari's light is a cantrip.
Yeah.
And then,
250.
so whatever half of that is. 125, right? Yeah. So 125 gold, and then I'd say at this point you probably have it down.
The whole ride there, while Skip's on the horse, he's just going to kind of be flicking through his prayer book and tenants,
Okay.
reading them on the way back.
Bengarran writing and all.
For what? Oh, I have the website.
website. I put it in the Discord. It kind of has the alphabet on it.
This is the second one.
I can bring it
I should be able to find it. That's the last piece, but for now it's in the background.
Okay.
It's small. It's not stars.
So, along the way back, Connor spending a good amount of time with this new tome that he had received from the Lyceum. You can see, Jake, can you like sit back just like touch? Slide back.
This hurt.
Just because I can't even see Jerry. So we're
I
good.
was touching the block of it, so.
Yeah, well, you were doing a good job of it. But, on the way back, Connor spending time with the tome he had received from the Lyceum of Gillian.
I don't think I really told anyone.
Yeah, you didn't tell anybody. But, for you, Connor, you spend a lot of time focusing specifically on this, like, star-like energy. Also, a little bit with, like, the moon, to where you start messing with the necklace and looking into this tome. The glyphs are extremely different than anything you've really ever seen before.
I feel like the best time to, like, for me when I was training and stuff was probably, like, towards the night.
Yeah, at night, definitely. So as you were all resting, and you are sitting there messing around with the spell, you're able to do it almost flawlessly within a little bit of time, just messing around with it, dedicating the time and using the materials, which is like the gold cost for it. Even though all of it is pretty much natural, there's still a little bit that you have to go through in order to learn the spell. So you kind of taking your time, sitting still, take from your fingers and just kind of like reach in towards the necklace and pull this energy to where it's almost just like this silverish kind of rod that's in your finger that has like a bright moon-colored light to it that you're holding in your hand. And as you're holding it, you can see that it actually, once it comes fully out of the necklace, there's like this 30-foot radius of just bright light that's from like within that small area, and it's almost like a spotlight, like a moonlight is sitting there. And as you're holding it, just kind of like thrust it forward, and it goes off into the distance. The light kind of follows with it, and then after it goes the full range, it just kind of dissipates. So you have the spell now, and it would just add on to your known stuff.
Wait. I do have a question about that.
Yep.
It says I can shoot it at a creature or object, and it emits bright light until next turn. Would I be able to like hold it onto an object and like focus on it, like as like a concentration, almost like a torch or something?
I like that idea. Yeah, we can definitely alter it. Because I don't see why not. The target was an object, take no damage from the 7 minute fight light and 30 foot radius.
Well, do we walk through a forest at any point?
Yeah,
More exactly.
oaken thicket.
Did it rain as we were walking through?
Imagine it probably
This
ran
matters.
through there at
This
one
matters.
point or another, yeah.
While we were walking through, like, currently.
Oh, like recent.
Yes.
Were you looking for something within?
Yes. Quit liching.
Okay. Just go ahead and make an investigation check.
Actually, pretty good. 17.
17. Okay. Right. Still sticking with you for a second. For that, it probably.
I mean, I know like it wouldn't make sense like to hold it on something, so.
Maybe like just every turn using the cantrip to hit the same object would be the same process, but
Yeah.
probably
Like
not
I was
enough.
just thinking like as like travels, like being able to hold that up, sort of like how Dancing Lights goes.
Yeah, no, you could definitely like kind of mess with it if you wanted to. We can look into that though. That's a good idea.
Okay.
And all these spells too are like open to kind of messing around with. All right. As for you, probably within 3 days of the travel, you'd make your way towards the oaken thicket. The oaken thicket is kind of like where, within all of these rolling hills, eventually the trees become less sparse and more collected towards this area, where it's just these large kind of oak trees that sit around. You guys were through here before. This is where you actually found that central orc kind of camp and hideout. Came across the Rhinox that was within here. Once you make your way into the actual oaken thicket, it's kind of like a spring season, so it does rain on occasion. But as you're within there, you don't find nearly as much. A lot of it's still kind of damp. It's not really like dried or anything, so you're able to use it and just kind of wait and hope it dries out naturally. But you probably get a good 8 pieces of it as you're walking through looking.
Also, worm flowers.
Worm flower petals
Yeah.
in the fields.
Yes.
Make another investigation. Nice. All right, so a little less than a week into your travels. What do you get? 14. Probably like 7 petals. All right. Here you go. As you are making your way through all of these kind of rolling hills, you get to a point where in the distance, beyond all of these rolling hills and this kind of green long grass, the sun is at this point kind of cresting over the apex of the central tower of the keep that you can see in the distance. The 4 statues are kind of up on the sides, almost glistening in the sun at this point. Seeing the keep, it's a pretty welcoming sight. Yes.
I broke off the Grunswick.
Before we
Oh, you just...
Some point when it forked off.
Okay, probably about where you're at would be where this is. So after this, you'll probably break off and go that way.
Another quick question.
Yeah.
That port that I named Port, what was it actually called? Or do you not know yet?
No, I know. I'll get
No,
you in a
Port
second.
Creek is the one that's on the keep.
All right. So all of you still at this point before Shadow breaks off. It is a welcoming sight, and you kind of get this warm, almost home-like feeling. It's been pretty close to 4 or 5 months, maybe even getting closer to a year since you've been at the keep. You've been around quite a bit, but not been back here since you originally came for help on Tenebris, but weren't really able to find anything. But now, looking off in the distance, it's kind of this feeling like you're getting a little bit off your shoulders after a long day, and you're coming home and you can see it in the distance. Shadow, you looking out and can see the keep in the distance, are taken back a little bit by its appearance. You've been to places, but really never seen anything quite like this. You can see those large kind of statues that stand about at least 100 feet tall. There's these large walls, the central tower that kind of sits above the tattoos with this glass window that's reflecting a little bit of light off in the distance. Your comrades are kind of walking out in front of you, anxious to go back inside, and as you stand on top of this hill and look out toward it, you kind of take a moment to reflect for a second and think of how far you've come from pretty much absolutely nothing to someone who've always been someone who's clung to the darkness and the solace of, shadows, and always thought of yourself until you met the people in front of you walking toward the keep. You look and then kind of quickly catch up, nobody really noticing you stopping for a moment, and then getting ready to kind of break off. I don't know if you're saying something or if you're just...
Going to Grunswick now.
Bye! Then marches off to the keep without saying another
Is there a
word.
certain place you'd like to meet again?
just meet us at the port south of the keep.
Sure.
I do kind of want to see if we could get Shadow as a keeper, so we can actually have that title if he wants. It's up to you.
That's cool with me. You guys okay with that?
I'm completely okay with that.
Sounds great!
He's gotta sign the book, so
It's been a
maybe
week.
Cry about it.
Dropped it.
he's still just pissed. If you want to come back here after you do what you want in Grunswick, we'll probably still be here. It's up to
Need
you
help
though.
with anything?
I don't want to go back there, to be honest.
I would not like to go back to Brunswick.
Alright, everyone, give him a kiss and let's go.
Keep crying up there.
I am gonna cry!
Alright, whatever,
Well-
keep walking.
Are we in like just a big plain area right now?
Pretty much it.
So there's sun everywhere.
Sun everywhere. Yeah.
I wish you the best on your journey, and I will see you in Port Creek.
If he comes back to the keep.
If you come back.
Hopefully.
Hopefully you do. You're a great addition.
I hope you get your fleas removed.
What is a flea? I'm not sure. I know it's good. I
We solve problems head on, Finn. We don't walk away from them.
In the sky now, I am creating a message in sand because like I'm too far away to like talk to them, and it just says like good luck, and then if you wait a few seconds, a giant middle finger.
Skip just kind of nods and then rides off on the horse.
I can't believe he's done this.
Do you need anything before you go?
I don't think so.
Okay. If you run into trouble, you can come back to the keep or meet us at the port. We can help you out.
If I run into trouble, I'll probably be dead, so I hope I don't run into trouble.
That's true.
That was upsetting. Okay. I'll see ya. I start running to catch up.
Before Connor says his goodbyes, he's gonna take his superior healing potion and hand it over to Shadow. In case you need it.
There we go.
You can have it.
Just take the fucking potion.
I'm giving you a potion, now take it. Fuck.
See you.
Most awkward goodbye ever.
I just imagine it's like a
More because like Shadow's just kind of uncomfortable with the social part, and he just
like quick bro hug, like
Very bright.
okay. All right. So
As we're walking away, I'll just yell back, "Practice your shadows, Shadow."
Perfect goodbye.
all right. So as the six of you make your way back towards the keep, Finn a little bit ahead. You guys kind of hustle up and catch up.
I'm sure.
Yeah, or horse. Yeah, on the horse, just catches up in no time. Shadow begins making his way west. Probably a good 6 or so day journey that it would take to get to Brunswick. You guys start making your way into the keep. As you approach the keep, you can see that the gate is open. You see a guard of the keep standing atop the wall above. He turns towards the open square behind him and shouts, "The Keepers of Zaxria have returned!" And then you kind of watch and you hear a little bit of commotion from inside, and people start appearing toward the gate in this kind of line waiting for you to enter. Once you all make your way inside, people begin clapping and cheering, and you see these big smiles upon their faces. All of you hear your names every now and then kind of being shouted out, and people like waving and clapping. People within the crowd through the cheering and this kind of uproar as you are being welcomed back. You see General Harker standing over to the side, just kind of looks at you, gives a nod of acknowledgement, doesn't really come forward and give a big welcome back, but acknowledges. As you're kind of walking through this main area of the keep where the general store and all of that is located, there's a lot of commotion and people clapping and people tapping on you and like grabbing and shaking your hand and just kind of thank you very much for everything you do, and they're just kind of very like happy to see you and have this kind of joyous feel, and you're just kind of looking around. You look over kind of towards the left where the general store is. Standing at the steps kind of leading into that general store, you see Ava and Aviana. They're standing in front of it, kind of giving a warm smile, welcoming you back, and in front of them, kind of sitting there, Ava has her hand on her shoulder. Nana Ann Kind of has like a little cane in front of her, just leaning on it a little bit, just staring over towards you with this very, very big, joyous grin. She kind of gives this big smile. She gives a little bit of a wave, and you turn to walk towards her, but you can see at the top of the steps, looking out at you, kind of awaiting to greet you, Dean Archimedes. Stands at the top of the steps, leading into the actual keep, so you start making your way in that direction. You can see him standing up there, his hair kind of white and flowing, is actually now at this point in a little ponytail behind his head, as it's grown a little bit. Just kind of sits at the bottom, almost like a very, very short George Washington type of hairdo. He has on this very, very nice green kind of robe that's flowing out. He's holding it on the sides, just kind of awaiting for you to approach. Once you make your way up, he gives this kind of a not like huge smile, but like a little bit of a lax grin towards you. And you finally ascend the steps to greet him. You see stepping out of the keep doors, Professor Fandel, just kind of holding a book at his side, making his way over. The Dean looks over towards you. Keepers, what a pleasure to see you've returned. Seeing you here, I hope that means Zaxria as well, yes? What news have you of Zaxria?
Oh, we killed that Tenebrous guy.
Yeah,
He's dead. He's gone.
Yeah, we completely wiped him out.
he is gone from all planes of universes.
All thanks to... That's our guy.
Skip's doing this. Skip's actually pointing at him.
Okay, talking about like said he had like a tablet or something in the keep or something like that.
He kind of gives a little bit of a nod. Yes, but that's not too important. Very well done.
That seems pretty important.
If he's not around to use it, it's not really that much.
Can somebody else use it?
Possibly. We can.
It's protected.
We can discuss that.
We can worry about it.
That's great news indeed. And he kind of gives a little bit of a nod. It gives me hope for Zaxria's future and the well-being of the people of Zaxria, knowing that you will be protecting them. He kind of gives a little bit of a nod. It's humbling knowing that the keep played but a small part in honing you to be the heroes that you are, and the heroes you were meant to be. So, welcome home. Please, when you do get the time, make your way up to my office. No rush, just some things I would like to discuss with you. And I'm sure that you're tired from your travels, and maybe there's some greetings and welcome homes that you would like to have with some people, and just take a little bit of a reprieve. The barracks are always open to you. Yes, Ander.
What if there's like somebody we like met on our travels and like helped us kill Tenebrous? Do you think we could like make him a keeper?
Skip's actually trying not to look.
Are they here with you?
He had to do something. He's pretty cool. He's really cool. You'll like him.
He'll never be a keeper.
I disagree.
I too disagree.
He helped us kill Tenebrous.
If he wants to be a keeper, he's gonna have to do the same time we all did here, and we can't wait around for him, so...
He kind of gives a little bit of a, well, Finn's not wrong. I mean, there is a little bit of a process.
He killed us.
I stand by Dean Archimedes like he's my dad.
He was like a really big help.
There's definitely things we can do. I mean, if all of you were able to vouch for him and want it to be so, then we can make it happen.
That'll be later, though.
I mean, and he looks over towards Finn at his side. There's definitely some discussing I see that needs to be had amongst you.
He's just upset.
He's not a good person.
Oh my God.
He's in a bit of a crybaby.
Yeah.
He doesn't hold our values.
Kind of gives.
Connor's feeling a little peckish, so he takes a little piece of beef jerky. It's a little salty.
But anyway, hey,
She get it from him?
nice to see ya. I hope you've been doing well. I like kind of stand by everyone. I'm not like...
He gives a nod. Things have been good, calm, safe.
No crises, right?
Oh,
No,
is Siegfried here? Or is he still gone?
no, Siegfried is still in Nusayun, I believe. We haven't heard word from him, but I'm sure he's fine. He, from time to time, will return to his home. Has several businesses that he attends to when he's there.
Well, we were planning to maybe stop in that area soon. Or maybe not soon, but eventually anyway, so maybe we'll run into him.
He gives maybe a little sooner than you think, but and he gives a smile. For now, like I said, it's great to have you back. Please, back to the keep.
I don't think we can.
As I said, if you need food, it's within the commons. You know the times that it's made. They're probably preparing right now. So it's great to see you. And whenever you get the chance, I'll be in my office.
His gold. I'm sorry, pink hair.
Makes his way into the keep. You guys now standing at the steps, kind of look into the keep.
Look any different?
There's no other regiments here anymore.
It's like coming to your childhood home.
There's no. Yeah, there's.
All your toys are in the same
that
box.
you know of? No. Last time you were here, though, Canal was here and a couple other people, but
People are still trading.
Yeah. I want to go.
I
want to try to find Canal.
I'm gonna go to the tavern.
They're gonna make you work again?
Oh, you're back! Here's an apron.
yeah.
You're like, listen, you're a keeper now, but you still got to do your part.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of making up, man.
Slam. Pick up a glass and get pouring.
Actually, I don't think they'd make us work though.
Alright.
Hey, fancy robes. Hey, fancy new robes. Take them off.
Great, yeah.
Take off those robes. Put on an apron.
Oh, I see your new hair color. Looks like you got a lot of wisdom, so you'll know how to clean this glass better.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna go back to our barracks.
There's someone in it.
What if like freshmen are moving?
Get them out! Like, listen, nerds. This is our bunk. Get out.
Seniors rule.
Reggie, fight for life!
Look a frat.
It's freshman paddle day.
Oh no.
We bring
Alright, so the tavern, where's everybody else going?
I am branded with a V, you're right. I have a V on there.
You were once a freshman.
I want to go try to find. I don't remember his name. He's the kid I saved.
Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy the Kid.
Go try and find him.
Jimmy's an adult now. We've been gone for a while.
He has a kid.
It's like, oh, dude, I'm 35
kid.
Everybody else, what are you doing?
Going trying to find that tablet in the
What?
keep. I know I've
I
seen
know
it
where it's
before.
at.
It would have been Jimmy World.
You gotta come to the barracks to find out.
It's in the barracks.
Oh, I know where it is. It's in the secret sneaky. It's in the sneaky.
The same place where you.
The one with the invisible door.
There's no way I find this fucking invisible door by myself.
Let's say the place that he unleashed the evil.
Right?
I go straight to the dean's office.
I'm gonna go take a trip over to Professor Fantastic.
I'm going to the tavern. I'm not getting to anything serious. I'm trying to enjoy life by working.
Connor, for you, Professor Fandel is standing like right outside the door, so you gotta make your way over to him and see him there. And oh, Connor, good to see you.
How are you?
I'm well, very well. How about yourself? You look good. A little tired, but all right.
We went through a lot more than I can talk about, but
You know,
But
I understand.
I got something to show you.
Right. And his eyes kind of widen a little bit, and he leans forward.
So, I'm guessing there's like torch hooks and stuff around here. So I'm just going to take Bengarran's light, pop it at it.
Again.
Probably never seen something like that.
Yeah, this silver rod appears in your hand, and you throw it forward, and it hits into the actual like sconce or whatever on the wall, and then kind of brightens up, and he throws his hand up. Boy, where'd you learn to do that?
Lyceum.
You went to the Lyceum.
We made it there.
Good. I hope you had some answers.
There's still answers to find, but I didn't have a few.
Certainly, there always are. Always are. But that's mighty impressive. Anything else, or is that just a bit?
Currently, that's all I learned about.
Well, I've not seen
There's a
anything
lot
like it.
more where that came from. What
I
else?
believe that. And more after that, I'm sure.
And then, I mean, I haven't really showed anyone it, but I'm gonna take out the book and just show it to them.
Kind of takes a look and. Oh my. I've never seen arcane glyphs like this before.
So, to anyone who normally tries to work with this, probably mean the end of them.
Because he's like, it's
You want to give it a go? What a dry spell.
well, when you learn it, you show me. I'll just appreciate the spectacle. It's good to see you back.
Thank you for leading me that way.
Of course. I'm sure you will find yourself there eventually, but... Gives a nod. We'll probably see you around. We got a couple of things to do.
Yeah, we'll all meet in the hall for food later.
He gives a nod and kind of walks off. Finn, as for you, make your way to the tavern. As you're walking into the tavern, you can see Ava's out front of the general store and is kind of like sweeping away a little bit of. There's like not like leaves, but a lot of broken up like grass and flowers and stuff that are probably just like blown over in her direction. She's just kind of sweeping, kind of looks over, gives a smile, and continues to sweep at the stuff there. Make your way into the tavern. As you make your way inside, there's really nobody in here besides a couple of guards. You can see Ladish with his kind of bald hair on top, receding on the side.
My dude.
Has the apron on, he's kind of wiping out a tankard, sets it down, goes to grab another one, wipes it out, sets it down, and then kind of throws the towel over her shoulder, takes a seat behind the bar, and kind of goes to put his head back, and then she goes, "Oh, Finn!"
Yes! No, I've,
Kind of looks.
It's magic.
Don't understand it, but it's good to see you.
Hey, I'm, stronger now, but you need any help around here? I feel bad for leaving you.
He just kind of looks. I got it pretty taken care of. You got other things.
Got any newbies in here taking up the reins? Sure it gets slammed in here.
Yeah.
No? Been light?
Very quiet, yeah.
Alright, well, it was nice seeing you. Let me know if you need anything else.
He kind of like reaches under. He's like, "You want a drink?"
Yeah, sure. And I sit down.
Sets it up and kind of pours a little bit. Puts it over. Takes a cup for himself. So, how you been?
Well, we destroyed an ultimate evil that was going to end the world. And then other than that, it's been pretty boring. I like, while he's holding that, I'm like...
Well, I have to clean a little bit.
Hey, it's fine by me.
Sets the cup down.
I take the sand and I'm like using it instead of my hands.
He just turns and walks right back.
Alright, it was nice seeing you. I walk
Yeah,
out.
you too.
It's like working at like like a mom and pop store and then coming back and you're like emo or something or like have like giant ears and tattoos. Like, hey, how's it been?
You look good.
Different.
Be like, sorry, we're closed.
The sign says open. No, it's the opposite day.
It's
the size of balloons.
Yeah.
Dean's office still?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. As you make your way up the several flights of stairs to get up towards the top, you can see the door to the dean's office is actually open. He's sitting at his desk. You kind of walking through Professor Windsor's office. All of the offices are up here. Most of them are closed. Make your way over to the dean's door. He kind of looks over the desk. Ah, Enda, come in.
Shit, dropping card.
Everything all right?
Yeah, just wanted to come up here and talk to you about a few things.
Certainly. He kind of gestures towards the seat.
I can't remember that guy's name.
Write
No.
him down. You haven't known.
What's that nuts guy's name?
Nuts guy?
Oh, the guy in the guy in
Elves
the Dwarven City.
The nuts?
Dwarven City?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
The guy who got eaten by the shadows.
Yeah, that's Mount Zerium. The guy got
Mount
taken.
Oh, yeah, it was Melzer.
They got
Okay.
taken. Yeah. AKA fucking screams run. What was his other name? He was here.
Oh yeah.
I have.
Be impressed.
No, I have it written down. Just give me like 3
Hi.
seconds.
First off, that tablet thing, scary. That's what I was told. And I really want to get rid of it, or we protect it or something.
It is well protected where it is right now.
I guess we can talk about that more later, but I more wanted to
What is
come in here
Cecil?
because
Huh.
Your cat?
We went
No,
to
that's his other name.
guy,
Cat's
name,
up
like
crazy?
Mel.
My cat's not
That was
Syrian.
something I can't remember.
Cecil.
But we were supposed to. We went to him to talk to him about Tenebris because he's like a guy who knows more about it or something, and kind of said not to trust you, but like I trust you, so I thought I should tell you that.
He nods.
It's the one
But I
Closes and
like
locks
tell.
the door.
He's like, yes.
Wondering if like there was something you weren't telling us.
I'm not there, but
You must not have been a good pirate.
We have the best of
Hey, I wonder if you've been lying to us.
So, are you actually the god of death? Tell me right now.
Are you Erebos?
Are you Erebos?
He's gonna go, got me.
Well, now I gotta kill everybody.
That's right.
Or like a Scooby-Doo mask.
18.
And I would have gotten away with it too.
Just a straight charisma check.
Meddling Mander. And you dumb
Straight
keeper.
charisma.
Straight charisma. Okay, 18.
18? Okay.
Not bad.
And you
We're
say
a
that-
trustworthy guy.
So, a lot to deal with. As I said though, the tablet is secure, but about Nazirium, he was troubled.
That Malzir, that was it.
Yes. Me and him were good friends. He was close with my brother Joffrey. They had a lot in common and did much together. Putting away Tenebris was one of those things. And there were a lot of things that we had to do in order to keep Zaxria safe. Things that I'm sure you'll come to understand in your travels. My brother did a lot of ungodly things that we thought were for the greater good of Zaxria, but we could have been finding ways around it. We were just afraid of failing, so we did things that were easy instead of taking the hard way. But I assure you that I do have my secrets, but they're necessary in order for me to keep doing what I am doing. For the betterment of Zaxria, I do. Everything I do is for that.
I also try to do that.
And you have. Tenebris being defeated, I'm not sure how you did it exactly, but the fact that you did it,
Connor,
he
you.
puts his hand. It's fine.
Oh, I just.
I'm
It
trying
seemed
to-
like you wanted to know. Sorry.
There could have been things along the way that you did that weren't maybe right, but the betterment of Zaxria.
Yeah, I always try to do the best thing we could, okay? For Zaxria. Every time. I did. Whoa! With that face. We did do some stuff for shady people. But I have secrets also. And I'm not supposed to tell people.
But
Exactly.
It's really hard not to tell anybody though.
It's fine.
It really is.
You'll learn, as I said.
Are you sure you don't want to know?
It's insane. You're the worst.
Funny because see him being like, can I tell you?
I'm alright. As I said, I have my own secrets to keep, and the more secrets, the heavier
Secrets are
they
hard
feel.
to keep. I
Not really.
really tried.
For here it is.
Okay.
Were you just coming here on behalf of everybody else?
Oh
or-
no, that was just by myself.
Oh.
I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure everybody didn't believe Melzerium, so it's unknown out there.
It's understandable for people to have their reservations about me, but
Like,
as I said, when you guys get a moment, please, all of you, come up here. I'm sure, as I said, you want to say hello to some people. Rest.
yeah, I'll go say hi to a couple people, and then I'll come back here with everybody. Thanks for the info. Sure you don't want to know my secret? Never mind. I'm supposed to. Never mind. Okay, I'm leaving. Bye.
See, he's actually trying
See ya.
not to just start laughing. The door, please, close it. on the way.
Okay.
Alrighty. for the rest of you in the barracks, yeah?
gonna go to-
You said you were going
I was
somewhere.
going to go find Jimmy.
I'm gonna
Make
go to
an
the general
investigation
store.
Also, one
Make a Jimmy check.
What,
Make a Jimmy check.
When did we arrive to the keep? What was the
date?
timeline? Yeah.
A new calendar.
I know you said it was only like 5 days, but I think the
What is
last
it?
date I have was
Huh? What is it? 13.
4th of
That's a lot of
Zana.
Jimmys.
4th of Zana?
13 Jimmys.
That
man.
was-
The 5th was the day you woke up, so you are
Jimmy Army.
the 10th.
He is
Should be...
part of a fucking 13 triplet or a fucking
Jesus.
Jimmy.
Yeah, I've got
It might be a little bit further because I think there was
It's
a
got
few
the
more
worm
days
effect
in-
where it's Jimmy, Timmy.
Kimmy.
Oh, I have a mark on the 6th here, so that may have been the day we left off.
Okay.
So the 11th.
Jimmy, Timmy.
Isn't it? I thought it was 11 days or 7
Jimmy with a
days.
Y,
to
Jimmy
get
with an E, Jimmy
back.
with two
Oh,
E's,
was it a week?
Jimmy with an
Yeah, I think
A.
you said it was a week.
I said about a week.
Okay,
5 days.
okay.
Jimmy with just 9.
So the 11th then?
11. Yes.
It's Jimmy go backwards.
Alright, what'd you get for your investigation?
13.
13? Okay. It takes not too much time, but he is within the keep itself. Just kind of walking around. You walk over to the commons area and make your way in there and can see that he's now has like this satchel that he's thrown up onto the table and kind of walks over towards where this entryway to the kitchen would be, makes his way back out and sets a bowl there. Looks like some sort of grits or some sort of mush of some sort of mushy consistency, like a gruel, or he just sitting there eating it.
I'm gonna take out my extra short sword I have.
Stab him! Fuck!
And decapitate it. No. And,
well,
how
said
do you
you
think
said
this
it, so it
kid- How
happened.
old does he look to me?
If you had to guess,
Don't hear that ever
at this,
again.
like when you first saw, I mean, he's probably at the most he's a little younger than Charlie. So I mean, he's probably about 8.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna give an 8-year-old a blade.
We give an 8-year-old a fucking
Pussy,
axe.
give him the sword. We still not giving him that axe.
So I wanna.
Yeah, Charlie's like 11 or 12.
It's a short
Also,
sword.
it's like more of a
You can kill
symbolic
another
thing. He's
kid
not
with a short
using it
sword.
yet. He can't even
Kid
lift
shouldn't have been
it.
fucking with Jimmy. All right.
Oh my god.
Or he's like, check out my new.
Oh,
my god.
dude, mom,
Frank?
sorry. No, oh wait, no, his mom's dead already. Never mind. Yeah. I'm gonna walk over.
I'm sorry. Are you Skip or Ander?
Oh, that was Brian.
No, are you Skip or the devil?
that was just me. Skip's gonna walk over and while he's eating, like behind, like put the sword, the short sword, on the table, and then sit next to him and go, well, hello.
So fucking ominous.
As you set the sword down, you kind of sit there like halfway through. Oh, hi,
Hi.
Skip.
Hello. I have brought you a present from our friends. And I take the blade and I go, it is yours, but you have to be careful with it. Ask your parents first.
He kind of leans back a little bit. I don't know.
If you do not want it, I can keep it.
I'm just. I'll take it. I guess. I don't know how to use it.
I can teach you. It's quite easy.
Alright, yeah.
And I take the blade, like, I hold the blade and I just give him the
He
handle.
grabs it and he's got it with 2 hands. And you can see it's heavy. He kind of sets it.
Pussy, pick up the sword.
And he goes like.
I take my blade out.
Yeah. It's very, very big. A little bit of bright light starts shining from it. And you hear like ting ting, like the sword dropping, and you're like, oh wow!
I'm sorry, it happens every time I take it out.
Oh my god! Holy shit! He's 8, Brian. You're watching. Holy shit! He's 8 years old.
I hold it off.
Wow, that's bright.
Yes, it's bright. Okay.
He grabs and picks the sword up.
See now the twitch.
Got it with like 2 hands.
Two
You can
hands?
see he's like shaking with it.
It's heavier for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a start with a dagger.
Yeah, they probably should have gave him a dagger, but I don't know.
There's only one way to teach somebody. You gotta fight the kid.
Gotta fight. Okay, I put the sword up my shield and I go, okay, hit me.
Hand on hand combat. Actually, do that.
I put my shield up like this though, for real, and I go, hit it.
And then he kind of drops it a little bit.
He tinged it. That's something. Wasn't
Okay,
it?
I picked the blade up. And I go, okay. This is still yours. I will keep it in the Regiment 5 barracks. Okay? When you are older, and when you can hold it, you may have it.
Alright.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
If you end up leaving, go ahead and take it. I don't care.
I'm not going anywhere. I like it here.
No.
I really don't have anything to go to. So.
I okay.
I don't want to make you feel better. Have your mom make you
Jesus.
Well, it was nice seeing you again. You too. If you wished, everybody's here. All of the keepers are here. If you...
Is Moldrak here? I'm kind of scared.
I lean down real close to him. He scares me.
he pops in. What?
He scares me. Don't tell him that he scares me.
Yeah, you pop in.
I'm at the table. It scares me too.
Cat in the head.
Wow, can Moldrak in live action literally just be Mike Myers?
No, I refuse. But yeah, I'm gonna go over to the barracks and put the sword in it.
Okay. Make your way over to the barracks.
In the sheath.
In there. Orm's within the barracks as well. Connor may have made his way back.
Connor was waiting for food.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You are getting food.
No food for
You know, all he had was
He's
a
a
salty
keeper.
piece of jersey.
Get him some food!
When I get to the barracks,
You still didn't tell me what the port's real name was.
I'm gonna look to
Port
Moldrak. I'm gonna go, you scare small children.
That is not my intention.
I know, but the small child Jimmy is terrified of you.
I can't really do anything about that.
Wow, that's real.
You're less scary. Like this. Oh, it's teeth.
Oh, yep, you know, just teeth, 4-inch claws, 8-foot tall tiger.
Only 7.
7-foot tall tiger. Still.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being real, if I saw something like that in real life,
I'd shit my pants. A 7-foot tall tiger
Yeah,
that's walking on 2 feet.
walking on its hind legs with two warhammers.
They never stand up, so.
And then on top of that, elemental
They're
magic.
probably taller than that, actually.
Just fucking free shit. Oh god.
I have a report written right here.
Yeah, I know. It's a report.
Decipher my own writing.
What is this?
Oh, there's probably stuff
L.
on it.
Port to rock.
L-A.
Ah, lay
Port La.
Port La.
Port La
It
Port.
could be a U.
Is it Port La Port?
You port.
I mean, it's your port, dude. Call it.
I know, but I don't want to.
Your port!
Port at potty.
It'll be Port Usengrad from here on out.
Don't name it that. But if you really want to, go for it.
L-A-C-A.
Send it. Port Waka Waka.
Waka waka.
But I'm not going to name it Port Walker. I wouldn't
Where
do
is
that.
that port? Brimshire.
Yeah, northwestern part. So it's definitely not going to be Laka.
It's gonna be like a.
Waka Flame. To it.
Get out.
Port Waka.
Maybe that's an
What?
acronym for something.
Creed? Priesta?
Veldashan, isn't that right?
Veldahel.
That's it.
Vishka.
Vishka.
That's
just
just fun to
down
say.
here.
To be honest.
We're just gonna, we're gonna call that Port Rumenheim. It's
Rumenheim.
gonna correlate with the lake.
You want me to write Rumenheim? Ah!
It's really simple. Alright.
Jared didn't understand a word you just said.
Speaking Chinese?
Sorry, I'm unprepared.
Unprepared.
Alright.
Right in blood.
Right? Jesus.
Prepared. Cheers, man.
Can I put this one back?
Jesus Christ.
I broke it.
Sure you want that one?
Alrighty.
Thanks, bud.
Shadow. Just making your way west.
West.
What was that port called?
Roman line.
Jesus. Everyone remembers.
H-E-I-N.
That spells.
There are two
Roman
E's
line.
technically, but it's okay.
Human type.
You.
Unless you want an H in there, then R-H-U.
R-U-U-M-A-N. H-E-I-M.
You know, you could just, write it how you think it sounds.
That's what
But
and then
it's
you'll
all-
still say it.
You can literally spell it right on the sheet, and it'll still look wrong because his handwriting is just garbage.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
not reading that shit. I'm not even reading that.
Just write fucking orcish over here.
We're gonna
No
close
one
that
can
up.
understand.
We're gonna close that up. No, you just nobody's gonna see it. So
He's
it's
got
only
that.
me.
He's got that Michael J. Fox handwriting.
I can read
Fuck, worse.
it.
Too
I've had to
soon.
take notes in school.
Too soon.
I can read it.
He still has it. He didn't die.
There goes our viewers.
I don't think.
I know. I
think
get
it's.
it.
I think it's a little too late.
My handwriting's dog shit.
Shadow.
There's 5 viewers in now.
Alright, everybody else. Shadow. Making your way west, you can see off in the distance the city of Brunswick. It takes you about 6 days or so to get here. So you're currently here on the 17th of Zoneth. The sun is warm and it is there often. Traveling is hot. You can feel yourself getting a little tired. You can see off in the distance the city is pretty welcoming. You still have a little bit of nervousness to you once you're starting to approach, but nonetheless, make your way into the city. As you approach from the east, going into the city, you can see that there's the Brunswick Meats kind of shop that is there, which you know to be the entrance to the League of Coin. There's like a smithy over towards the back. You can see the jail that's fully standing up over towards the side. The barracks is over in that area. The farmland over to your left, and all of the houses and things that are on the side. People are making their way out, kind of out and about doing their business per usual. What do you want to do?
I'll head over to the trade center or whatever.
Okay, yeah. The like kind of big market district where everything is at.
Keeping an eye out for any siege camp that has new that hasn't been there before. Hidden in locations.
Okay. Make a perception check.
19.
So as you make your way into the market district, knowing that this is a pretty prevalent place where the League of Coin is, you can see over towards the left side where the general store is, Bartleby's Odds and Ends is up over there. The other kind of random shops that are smattered throughout, there's like leather vendors and vendors of other necklaces and just random things throughout. There's a small like parcel office where there's like mail and stuff delivered through. And then the Brunswick Exchange, which is pretty much that large area where all of the carts kind of cycle through and goods are brought to there and sold throughout there. Looking around though, over towards the side, nobody really notices you as you're just kind of blending in. Once you look and see over towards Bartleby's Odds and Ends, there's these two roads that kind of split off towards the south. You can see that there are a couple individuals kind of hanging out around over there. Who you don't know them personally, but immediately recognize them to be a part of the League of Coin. As they're standing there, they kind of don't even know you're really over there. Do a couple of like gestures to themselves. You watch somebody that's in the actual market district, looking over towards them. Kind of gives a little bit of like a nod, does a couple of gestures. You watch this cart that starts making its way past. As it's making its way past, there's like congested traffic that's going around it, and this cart is actually leaving the exchange and trying to go east at this point. As it starts going out in that direction, you watch the two people that are on the sides walk over towards the cart. One of them actually slides underneath it and kind of grabs onto the bottom part. You looking at it notice it immediately. Everybody that's kind of walking past is just kind of making their way through the day. The person on the cart doesn't notice. They just kind of slide underneath and grab on. As they're underneath, you can see them kind of moving around and doing things beneath there. You watch the guys that are on the side. One of them actually starts walking across the pathway and gets in front of the cart and like drops a bag that he's carrying and picks it up, and the cart kind of stops itself abruptly. You can see the owner on top. Oi, what are you doing? And the guy looks up. Sorry, I dropped my things, and he starts slowly picking everything up. You watch the guy on the bottom as he's sitting under there. Just kind of goes over towards the other side, slinks up and just starts reaching his hand over towards the back, quickly grabs it, goes underneath again, and then comes over towards the other side, hands the guy the gold. And it happens really fast to where there's like 3 or 4 pouches that are exchanged. Then the guy in front kind of gives a wave and walks past. The cart continues on. The 3 guys start walking over and make their way towards the back of Bartleby's odds and ends, and then kind of go through the bags and look at it, all kind of like nudging and nodding at each other, close the bags up, and then start heading over towards, still kind of over towards the side and like shadows and stuff, make their way over towards the Brunswick Meats. For the most part, any thief that you notice around here though is legal clean.
I'm gonna head over to the cart.
Okay. Guy's kind of on top.
Can you see the back of it from where he's at? How far is it away from me? Is it going away from the city?
Yeah, it's at this point like making its way out of the market district is just before like that farmland and is going on.
I'm only far enough. I'm trying to walk up to the back of it.
Okay.
Sneaky.
Make a stealth check.
18.
18. Alright. As you walk over, just kind of like lurking on the side where there's buildings. Once he breaks past the farmland, you kind of just hunker down into the tall grass and then jump over to the side and pretty much grab up on the top of it and slide underneath what is some sort of a large burlap that's covering the top. Once you get inside, you can see that there's probably about 4 or 5 crates over to the right side. They do have like a symbol on them. There's just like it's like ED, and the D is kind of overlapping the E. Kind of look over at it. Seems familiar actually. And then you look over towards the left and can see that there are probably about 2 or 3 smaller lock boxes. One of them that's actually open, and the other 2 that are not fully open. The one that's open, you kind of peer inside of it and can see probably about 8 or so coins that are just sitting on the bottom. Seems to be from when the coin purse was pulled out, they probably fell out into the bottom.
Is there a way to inspect this ED thing?
Yeah, go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Straight wisdom?
Yes.
9.
9. Looking at it, the last initial is what's kind of pulling your attention. You know it's probably initials for a name, but you can't think of the name.
Any other crates are here? Valuables?
Those 3 or 4 crates, and then those, probably about 5 or 6 crates actually, and then those 3 lock boxes here and there.
Get out of the cart. So, sorry, I think I'm running out time. Excuse me.
You kind of... Yeah, well, you won't.
Saw some guys rob your cart.
Kind of pulls back on the reins. What?
3 individuals.
He jumps down, goes over towards the side, and takes the burlap and kind of unties it, wraps over, and then looks and grabs the one box, slams onto the side of the cart. Damn it!
Probably the leader too.
He grabs and looks and lifts up, and that's all right. So at least they only got one. Kind of sets it down. So leave and take from time to time. And just nothing I can really do about it. Kind of pulls the burlap over, ties it back. Appreciate it though. Jumps up to the top.
Those notes on the barrel in the back there, nothing else. The ED?
Yeah, Edward Duval.
So, are you ready, man?
Yeah, actually I am.
I'll come with you.
Sure. Don't see why not. You have business with Mr. Duval?
I believe so. That hasn't been. Sounds really familiar. See the guy that owns a big farm over there?
Yeah, he's the wealthiest grain merchant in Zaxria. Well, Ophelia for that matter.
I'll walk with you. Keep an eye on it.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Jumps back up. Kind of just beckons for you to jump up as well. You see he's pretty hesitant the whole time. Looks over at you on occasion, and anytime you kind of like look over, he just looks forward and keeps going. Traveling out of the city east, you begin to head north. Heading north, there is a probably only about 2 or 3 day travel before you get to a small road that's actually leading more north. And once you take that, you get to the probably northeastern part of Brunswick. There's a little bit of a fork in the road. Pay attention to the direction quite a bit, and know that you're probably a little closer to the keep at this point, but are still quite a distance, probably about 4 or 5 days, as opposed to the almost week or so that it took. A little less time, but still a lengthy journey. Once you approach and actually get into this vicinity after it forks off and starts heading up, alright, we should be approaching the kind of, oh yeah, there it is there. You kind of crest over this hill, and as you do, there is this massive estate. There's probably a 3-story like mansion that is off in the distance. There's this large kind of iron gate that surrounds the entire front part that you can see extends further into the woods that are kind of surrounding and the farmland. You can see that there's probably about 50 to 100 workers or so that are actually working inside of the farmland. All of them are kind of just sitting there, going about their day. They're not like working really, really hard, and there's not like this intensive labor to them. They're all pretty well dressed. You can see a couple of small cottages that are along the actual perimeter of the fence that appear to probably be homes for the workers. The estate itself is probably a good half a mile back on the property from what you can see. You can see that there's probably about 20 or so not extremely well-armed guards, but there are guards that are kind of throughout here. All of them have this kind of ED on their shoulder, and starts making their way inside. Once you get up towards the gate, you can see that there's 2 guards there that recognize the cart rider and just kind of give a wave, go over towards the gate, grab both sides and start rolling it back. Once they slide it away, you get inside and they close it again. Looking around, you can see that there's a good amount of people here. Everything seems pretty calm for the most part. There are 3 individuals that you can see on top of the actual estate itself. And looking at the estate, it is this extremely nice, it's made all of wood, but the wood is like painted with this white color. There's a lot of like very, very nice sanding to it. The doorway that leads up to it has these nice arched double doors that are sitting there. You can see the 3 individuals that are on the front. They're all sitting at this table that have, each of them has like a wine glass or some sort of drink to them. One of the individuals kind of stands up and looks over. One of them just kind of standing up, woman, very, very well dressed. Her hair is pulled very, very tightly up into this kind of bun, makes her way inside. You're just looking at everything kind of going on around you. The individual that stands there kind of walks over. So, how goes the business? And he kind of looks over. Very well. Had a little bit of a run-in with the League of Coin, but nonetheless got here. Who is this? It's like, not really sure. He just said that he'd help me get here safely, and I wasn't going to turn it down. What is your name?
Shadow.
Pleasure. This is Shadow. Kind of the guy looking up. Now you see this human individual has a kind of like a soul patch that's a little longer. It's this kind of darker brown color with flecks of like red in it. His hair is a little tossed and brown. He's kind of standing upright. A little older, probably late 40s. Doesn't have like gray hair or anything, but you can see the age in his face. Has on a very, very nice upper vest that has this kind of dark green embroidery in it.
Is this Edward?
I am not Edward. I am his groundskeeper, Richter.
So, is he here?
He certainly is. He's having supper with his family at the moment. Is there something that you needed?
Just wanted to speak to him.
In regards to what?
Gifts.
Gifts. What do you mean?
For the family. I think you might know him.
Stares at you for a moment. You can wait out here with the carriage rider. I'll be back.
Okay.
Drown makes his way inside. Double doors open up. There's like two handmaidens in there that can open it and then close it as he goes in, kind of standing there.
This is a drow?
No.
Oh, man, this would be like, fuck, what are they? Fix that, oh.
That would be fucked up. Alright, once you make your way just kind of off the cart, standing around, looking about, you can see that it takes a little bit of time, probably a good 15 to 20 minutes of you just standing out here. The individual that was riding the carriage makes his way off and around towards the back, where you can see that there's this large barn towards the back left. Can't really see from this distance what's inside, but the doors do open up. Cart makes its way inside and closes, and within the time that you're outside, are unable to really see it leave or anything within there. But the door does open up, and you see stepping out a not extremely well dressed, but well-kept individual. Has a like chin strap beard that comes kind of fully around. His nose looks kind of a little broken up towards the top. His eyebrows are a little bushier. His hair on top is like a buzz cut. He stands pretty tall. He's probably about 6'2" or so. Human individual. Walks forward. Can I help you?
Shadow.
The Shadow.
Is there another one?
An odd name, so I'd imagine not, but he turns around. Rosaline! Rosie! A little bit of time passes before coming, up towards the door. Very, very familiar little girl kind of steps forward. She kind of, Daddy, that's him. That's Shadow. She kind of like tugs a little more. Please, come inside. You shouldn't be standing out here. Please. You make your way inside. As you make your way in, kind of looks and, please, make yourself feel welcome. He kind of reaches his hand out to shake yours. The second your hand kind of comes forward, he kind of draws his back for a second before putting it back and shaking your hand. I thank you very much for what you did for my daughter. And she kind of like said, where's everyone else?
They're home, I guess.
Oh. Alright, well.
I got you some. The necklace. I got the other one on my back. Two necklaces. You wear this one when you're going out somewhere. You can see.
She grabs it and holds it. Thank you.
This one, it just looks nice.
I So he like kind of looks up and kind of gives it on. Puts it on, and you can see it kind of like glowing, like changing colors. Wow, I love it. Thank you. She runs over, kind of grabs at your waist and hugs you. You kind of, Rosie, make your way over towards the foyer. I'm going to speak with Shadow for a moment. She kind of walks over and makes her way off in the distance, kind of skips along. If you would, please step into my study. At this point, looking at the interior of this house, it is extremely nice. There are portraits that are up. There are several very, very ornate, like metallic statues that seem to be made of some sort of a expensive metal. There is this kind of plaque that resides on the wall. And like going across the plaque, you see a name kind of sign at the bottom that just says Archimedes. You see something about recognition from the keep for supplying food and all of this stuff. It's extremely ornate. The entryway has like a set of stairs on the side that lead up to a upper floor. There's a walkway towards the back where you can see a very, very large dining room that has a fully glass window on the side of it. Towards the left, there's like this main foyer area that has a lot of very, very nice couches and stuff where you can see Rosaline is actually sitting in and has several like dolls and things that she's playing with that are kind of on the side, and she kind of takes it off, sets it on the doll like the necklace, and then takes it back and puts it on her and is just kind of messing around. You make your way over towards the right where you can see that there is this full study that's pretty much, there's not really books or anything. There's a bunch of ledgers and stuff that are on this back wall. He takes a seat behind this very large kind of mahogany desk, sits down in this chair. The chair itself above him sits probably like a good 1.5 feet. Kind of sits and gestures for you to sit down in front of him. There's this nicer kind of chair, but it's a little shorter, just kind of sitting up. I can't really say how much I appreciate what you did. I was pretty distraught for those couple of days without Rosie. And since her mother's passed, it's been hard to keep track of her and, tend to her when she needs it and be there for her. But when I thought I lost her, that was the worst part of it. It's hard after losing a mother, so... Kind of looks... I don't mean to be rude, but I've never seen anyone your likes.
I haven't seen much either.
There's a little bit of
appearance.
I don't know what that's like.
To be honest, I don't even know where I'm from, so.
For you, unfortunately, but I wish I did, or at least knew somebody who could. Currently, Richter is assembling a little bit of a token of my appreciation to you. I know it's not nearly enough, and I can't really put an amount on what my daughter means to me, but hopefully it shows my appreciation somehow. If you need anything, transportation, or food, lodging while you're here, you can have it. I'll do what I can for you.
Have you any troubles with the league lately?
From time to time. I mean, it's what happens. There's not much I can really do about it. The league takes a little bit of a protection fee, if you would. They only take a small portion of the coin from time to time. It's not too often, but the relationship's understandable. There's not much we can do.
So you're friendly with him?
I wouldn't say friendly. It's more of another business relationship that I have.
Trying to change your mind. I'd like to see them out of here. I don't think they deserve to be operating.
Definitely do not, but to try and put them to out of business, if you would, is far more difficult than you think.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be around here anymore.
Do you have trouble with the League? I want no quarrel with them, so I hope you're not asking me for help in ending it.
I need an army.
As you're sitting there, there's kind of a... Yes, please, come in. Stepping in, you see Richter kind of makes his way forward, his hands clasped in front of him, steps over. My lord, the tribute or token is here. Bring it in, yes, please. Stepping in, there's two people on both sides of a chest that they kind of walk in, walk over, set it down, slide it over towards like your feet. It's the best I can do, but I hope it helps you in your travels or whatever it is you need.
Mimic.
At least I don't have to pay him now. Fun.
Then pops out. Well, have you done this?
Surprise.
As you lift up the lid, you actually hear like a little bit of like rattling of coin. Look inside. Your eyes kind of widen a little bit, looking at how much gold's on the inside of there.
It's like Pulp Fiction.
3,000 gold pieces.
What?
That's all he gives us. Sick as fucking lottery.
I appreciate it, but I don't know how I get no fun of this.
I can arrange for some sort of transportation for wherever it is you're trying to get to.
Y'all got PayPal?
Venmo.
I don't really have like a home or anything, so I don't know anywhere to store it besides my bed.
Welcome home.
Their bank.
Well,
That's probably still like half of it.
National Bank of Zaxria.
I know he kind of points over to the inside of his home. I know an extremely talented carpenter, if you like. I mean, if it's not too much, I have a bit of land that's kind of southeast of here. It's a pretty sizable plot. I could have them build you a home.
It's like sheep.
He owes me a couple of favors.
What's about that? His own house, his own gold. He's
The
just
giant
gonna
doghouse?
leave us.
It's a penthouse.
Like, I don't even want to be a keeper. 3,000 gold.
His own fire hydrant and everything.
Well,
Never had a home.
Oh, what's that?
I'm glad that I could be of help. Rosie was talking about keepers that were... Are you a keeper?
No.
She said that there were other people that were with you.
Yeah. So there, probably get the keeper, you know.
Kind of. Alright, well, I can certainly arrange for the home to be built. I can arrange for him to come here and draw up some plans, I guess, whenever you're ready.
I think I'm supposed to go back to the keep.
I can arrange for transport today, if you'd like, and then whenever you have the chance to come back.
We're going to some island somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never traveled outside of Australia.
I don't know where we're going, to be honest.
Hope you can swim better.
But probably get back there before the neighbors open.
I'm sure they wouldn't do that, but
We gotta go now.
Richter, if you could please
Sees him on the dock.
arrange for Steve to take Shadow back to the keep. You can keep the horse as well.
fucking horse.
Richter, if you could arrange for these to be put in bags to be thrown in the saddle. Certainly, my lord. He kind of makes his way out of the room. Kind of stands up, walks over towards the side where there's a lot of these very, very nice glass bottles. A lot of them have some sort of a liquor in them. You drink. And he kind of takes and pours a glass, hands it over towards you, pours one for himself. Roofied.
It's in a bowl.
Takes a sip. It's roughly 5 acres of land. I can put a small portion to the side for you to build upon whenever you are ready to do so. I do need a portion of it for my expansion of farmland, as the land around me is beginning less fertile, but I'm sure the room that you need is not as much as the 5 acres provides.
He likes to run on all fours.
He kind of gives a little bit of a nod, finishes the rest of his drink and sets it down. Excuse me. I'm gonna go spend some time with my dog. That's thanks to you. And I hope that I'm at least giving back a little bit of what you did for me.
So, make sure she wears a wood necklace. She ever leaves the house.
And you kind of
Should help keep her safe.
thank you. She's not going to leave my side from now on, at least when she's outside of these gates.
It's pretty terrible. I don't know what happened, but
He takes a moment and
hurts. I mean, it hurts a little bit. I saw her with that. It's a little strange.
you can see him trying to hold it.
But
Yes,
that would have normally happened.
He kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. Thank you again. Kind of steps out of the room. If you need anything before you leave, let me know. The door closes behind you. Makes his way over. You're not just kind of sitting in the study. Eventually, the gold bags get brought to you. Richter, Severinga. Your steed is outside whenever you're ready.
Okay. Or the road one before so.
It's not too hard, you can figure it out. As you stand up, make your way towards the entryway, and start heading towards the door, you hear like a little pitter-patter of footsteps make their way over towards you.
So sorry.
Make their way over towards you. Rosaline like jumps and grabs at your waist and kind of gives like this really tight hug. Then looks up.
Take it away from me.
Okay, bye. And then she makes her way back into the room. You saw she had the necklace on. There was the other one kind of just sitting in her pocket, jangling as she was like running. Edward, as she runs over to his side, kind of looks at you and gives a nod.
I get on the horse, but I'm like all four like legs wrapped around it.
Like,
Dodge a
Richter
ball,
makes his
ride
way
a
over
horse.
and like grabs the reins and sit up, sit up, yeah, that, yes, alright. And he's like reaching up, hold the reins. Just do your best not to fall off. If you needed to turn, just kind of gesture the horse's head. The head kind of turns and like kicks up a little bit, not too drastically.
Break the horse's neck.
Smack the sides, the horse will move forward, pull on the reins, it will slow down. It's very well trained, so. The horse picks up. Just roll a d20. Roll a d20.
He's like, oh god, I already forgot the direction.
9.
9. You fall over on the side, the horse keeps running
You
off.
lost the horse.
You can see the bags of gold on the side are like bouncing a little bit. Still within the gates, you see a couple of people start running over and like corralling it and like, kind of get it all ready. Oh, whoa, whoa! The horse is like kicking up a little bit. Richter walks over. How about we get a carriage to continue to the keep?
Oh, fine. Give it another try.
Are you sure? Very well. They bring the horse back over. The horse kind of like moving its head around a little bit. They just calm it down, get you to jump up on it. Roll a hit point.
Just barely
14.
taps it with
14.
his finger.
Okay. This time you kind of click with your heels on the side. Horse kind of picks up a little bit. You drop back and got a pretty good grip on it. Best of luck to you. He turns around and makes his way out, or back into the estate. Get up to the gate. The guards that are there open it up. You make your way out into the rolling hills again. It's a little strange on the horse, and you're trying to adjust and be comfortable, but it's awkward the whole time. And it's much faster and not as exhausting, especially with the 3,000 or so gold that's on the back end of it.
I know where I'm at.
Kind of. You'd have to like maneuver back the way you came and then try to travel towards the keep. But make a survival check.
Oh, fuck. He's actually just gonna be lost.
10.
10? Okay.
Just going in circles.
Wait, this is crazy.
Traveling back towards the keep though.
Stop turning!
For the rest of you, while you are here, within the commons of the keep, the dean is standing above at the pedestal. There are people that are just kind of making their way into the commons. As he stands up, he still has that kind of demand of respect that people just kind of be quiet and look over towards him. Good evening, everyone. It's been a very nice period of time that we've had here. Thanks to the Keepers of Zaxria. And then kind of people start clapping and cheering really loud, and he kind of puts his hands up. Yes,
That's good claps. Looks around.
we're very glad to have them back, and this feast that we're going to dine upon now is in their honor. We wish you very, very many years more of protecting Zaxria, and not for your own good, but for the good of Zaxria. And everyone kind of raises up a glass. For Zaxria! For Zaxria! And just kind of takes a sip. You guys all sitting at a table, eating together. Do whatever you wish.
Is Xander at the kids' table?
No, we're all at the same table, okay? Fine. No kids' table.
He's there with Canal.
Wait, they got. I might be the kids.
They've got Tarrasque-shaped nuggets over here, guys. Come on.
We don't know what's
Sprinkles on my ice cream.
There's like very, very nice, it's like a large pig that's like set down in the center. Probably about 2 or 3 of them throughout the actual full commons.
I'm just gonna take that.
Keeper's pig.
Still 2 more.
Throws in the bag of holding.
Thanks for later. Everyone's just looking at you as you're shoving the pig into your bag.
I eat it.
Rip it. Oh god.
Just fucking ripping it.
Alrighty.
I'ma eat. That's what I do. I'm chowing down.
Skip does not partake.
Very good food. Very, very good food.
Don't have to.
Just eat the food, dude.
Food, dude.
You do notice around the keep there's not nearly as many people as there were when you were here the last time. A lot of those people
They got
that
kicked out.
the people that were kind of here, yeah.
It's a phoenix, not a dragon.
The people that were here from the kind of burned down city and village, that village was kind of rebuilt. People made their way back to Cradoon, or people were in Tenebeth. A lot of those like refugee type people have made their way back into wherever they were from. All of the regiments that were here are not here anymore.
So if you like fail the keepers, well, do you say like kicked out in a sense, or?
Cannell was still here along with a couple of other people afterwards, but looking around you have not seen Cannell or any of those other people.
So canonically, can you try again if you fail like the first time?
I mean, if there's
If you're
the
old
need for
enough.
more keepers, yeah, I'd imagine so, but they're not really answering much for it.
I'm gonna ask around. Canal still here?
Where the nerd at?
Where that little nerd at?
Oh, as you're just like
Oh, at the table. I'm like, you guys see Canal around? Is he still here?
No, but I did see that child, Jimmy.
Jibby?
Jimmy.
We should call him Jibby.
That seems
That's
rather
not
rude.
his name, was.
That would like me calling you Bit.
I saw the bib.
I'm calling him bid.
Fib.
Fib. No, bib. That would be fib.
Bibby. Anyway, now I'm thinking now. I'm gonna ask. I just kind of walk around. Do I see anyone that would like know who
Professor
he is?
Fandel?
Yeah,
Definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
Walk up to him. Can I hear anymore?
Oh, Finn. Good to see you.
Yeah. Sorry for
I just wanted to
just
do that voice
completely ignoring exchanges of hellos. Hello. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Hey.
You look around the table and can see all the other professors are kind of sitting around. Another professor of whom you do not recognize is just kind of over towards the side. He has a very, very nice kind of robe on that is has a large symbol of Heliod on it.
Okay.
You've never met this individual, Professor McHale. He's just kind of a bald head, has a little bit of a beard, very, very nice robe, symbol of Heliod on the front. Just kind of recognizes that you're a keeper. Like, everybody, oh, good to see you, waves, hellos and stuff. Canal made his way towards the Lyceum quite a bit ago. Him and a couple of the other leftover regiment members here just kind of banded up together and went on the road to do whatever. The Lyceum was where I heard they were headed, though.
Oh, we were there as well. I wonder if he's there now. Maybe we kind of missed each other. Oh well. Glad to see everyone's doing well. Thanks for answering my question.
Of course.
And I walk out.
Sand.
Yeah.
Alright, and then you make your way back over to the table, to the rest of the...
You guys, he went to the Lyceum,
Damn.
which makes sense.
We must have missed him. He was like, we were just there.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
It is a big place.
He probably got there when we were
He
fighting.
could have been in another wing.
There were a lot of gnomes there too.
Are you?
All gnomes look the same.
Are you
Racist
lying?
saying we were pretty
I mean,
preoccupied.
there was a lot of
with other
stuff
things.
going on. Yeah.
Maybe we went to the flooding city.
I also was thinking about the
Yeah,
tablet.
that's where I want to go.
What about the
Why does he
tablet?
get to go?
Probably fake.
I have to believe.
What about the
Otherwise, the
tablet?
floating city will fall.
What about the tablet?
Guy, Fred,
Did you get your bell and your ticket too?
Yes, I did.
Eventually it'll.
Poorly drawn, but I did. What?
Tablet?
About the
Destroy it.
tablet.
Okay.
What it's saying.
I feel like
I saw it.
maybe it's fine here because if it wasn't, one kind of person just came and got it.
I mean, what reason don't we have to destroy it?
He does have a point.
That's a good point.
This tablet.
There's no point in having it around because it's just used to summon demons.
What if we need it?
Yeah, John might
We don't need to summon demons.
I don't think I was ever. I don't.
No, I don't think so. That's a good point.
Tablet.
It's like the angels go rogue and
Well, what if we have to fight the
Oh
angels?
no, I completely.
Maybe that's why the dean wants to keep
What?
it.
I completely agree on destroying a tablet that releases demons.
why?
It won.
XP.
Yeah, that no.
We don't get XP anymore.
One.
That's a milestone, though.
demons. No good.
Yes, that's the whole point. You use the tablet to summon
Maybe
demons.
the
I don't
dean
want
and the tablet are connected, so
We
like
break
the
it.
tablet, the dean
That's
dies.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes, we break it.
Oh.
Right? Completely.
What if we
I thought you were-
min-max
I'm on board
summon
with you.
demons
Oh my
to
God, yes.
level up?
No farming.
And I'm sure an unholy relic like that is ought better.
What
to
if
be
the dean and the
destroyed.
tablet are connected? And if we kill
Okay,
the tablet,
maybe
he
the
dies.
dean.
We'll find out.
Maybe the
We're
dean
gonna
isn't letting
destroy
us
it.
take it because it can't be destroyed.
I think we can
And
say that.
Destroyed the pedestal.
If you throw it hard enough, it's something.
We destroyed Tenebris.
We deleted Tenebris.
That's the point.
Control all.
Where's hard
We
drive?
DDoSed him off the fucking
And
plane.
task.
I was like, you took the whole computer with him on it and just fucking got rid of it.
Did.
System 32, that shit.
So, I have no idea with this tablet, but if we were to
Okay.
destroy it, I would not be opposed.
After we eat, let's go talk to the dean. We're getting that tablet. Or we're killing the dean. Never mind.
I don't-
We can't do
I
that
don't-
one.
How do you know we can
Can't do
trust the dean?
He's a nice guy.
I know. I've met him.
That's why we can trust him.
That's all you
Because
know.
we've met him.
Your whole basis for trusting him?
He did tell me some secrets, but he said that his secrets Or things they asked to keep secret.
So you didn't tell you any secrets, eh?
Yeah, that's what secrets are.
Yeah.
You already talked to him about it?
Oh, no, a little bit. I talked to him about a little bit about Malzerium too, but just a little bit.
Is Nana Ann here with the others?
In the comment?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
When
gonna
we
go take a
mentioned the
seat by
tablet, she
them.
was staring into
And Nana Ann has the tablet.
my tablet! Demons! She's like...
She's using it as
her
like
eyes
a
are
cutting
black.
board.
Doesn't even know what it's
Alright, Finn, as you make your way over towards where Nana Ann's sitting, along with Aviana and Ava, sitting down next to them, Avi or Aviana, whatever you want to call her, sees you and kind of...
Yep, that's me. You guys getting enough to eat? I sit down.
She's just kind of like staring, like almost like waiting for something.
Hey, you have to show her magic trick. You have to show her magic trick.
I spelled her name in sand. With like little sand fireworks.
Do the little finger again.
No.
It's just like...
Do the finger again.
And now there is
Just kinda
sand in
dissipates.
everybody's food.
Ava kind of smiles. It's good to see you, Finn. Welcome back.
Same to all of you. How's everyone been?
Very good. And Anne like takes a bite and kind of gets up from the table.
Such an awkward over the table hug.
Yeah. You can see she's like squinting a little bit.
Oh.
Where have you been? Because when I was here the last time I was here, you weren't here. So I heard you went to go visit your son. Was that it, or?
I did. He was not there. From what I heard, he ran into a couple of things. Sickness, I believe. I myself got a little sick on the way back. I've been feeling kind of weak lately, but I'm just tired, I think.
Do you need medicine or like anything? Do you need anything?
No,
16 years of my life?
Goes back to the table, guys. We gotta go to the light.
Like, listen, hear me.
Guys,
And everyone's like, we can't do that. He's like, nah. Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Pack it up, boys.
I pull out my sand pager, Cornelius.
It's an emergency.
Need help. Stop.
And stop. Sick. Stop.
Need to do life thingy. Stop.
I'm well. I just feel tired.
Okay, well if there's if anything that I can do or Orm can do or
She kind of reaches up as you're like mumbling and talking and just keep going. She's like, seeing you lifts my spirits a little bit. And she gives a little pinch on the cheek.
Too pure.
okay.
Too pure to be
Yeah,
good.
so
She's evil.
I'll come by after this is all done. We're probably gonna head out soon, but
So soon.
yes, it sounds like we
Sorry,
probably
Scream.
have some more stuff to do, but we already saved the world once, so we gotta save it again.
I'm so proud of you. She kind of takes both hands this time. Just like,
And hey, same color hair, right?
yours is whiter.
Shit on my
She kind of adjusts her hair.
You got me there. Oh man. Okay, so I probably just like spend some time with them, sit down, eat.
Sit down and eat. As you guys finish up eating, sitting at the table in the commons, people start making their way out and dispersing slowly. Eventually, the working staff of the keep make their way through and start cleaning up a little bit. And at that point, you guys look around and then make your way up. At this point, it's probably close to 8 o'clock, but you make your way towards the dean's office, as you were told to make your way there, unless there's anything somebody wanted to do beforehand.
Man, you should have been asleep 3 hours ago.
All right.
Just sit up there.
You make your way
Go
up
to
the
sleep forever.
stairs to the dean's office. At this point, you've been at the keep for probably 3 days. Through the resting, relaxing. This feast was kind of held a little later in the week, so it is the 14th of Zanak, or not the 14th. Yes, the 14th of Zanak.
That's right.
We need the tablet. And we're not taking no answer.
I'm in the back. I just go.
Look, we don't know why he's so obsessed. We're sure it's fine.
Please, just come inside. We'll discuss. No worries.
What was that? We did not agree on that.
I'm sorry. I can't. I just had to get it out.
Just immediately, anything you think just comes out.
It is not easy.
Okay, I'll stop talking. Okay.
I mean, you
Please do.
that.
You guys make your way inside. A couple of you sit, a couple of you stand. Ander's like tapping his foot, bouncing in the corner.
Give me the fucking tablet.
Alright, very well. As I can see that there is something you guys need to get off your chest. What is it?
Return the slab.
It's only one of us.
No, we were told not to trust you, so we're a bit apprehensive.
He nods. As I was told by Ander, yes. I understand. But as I told Ander, I have secrets and things that I've done in order to keep Zaxria safe.
See, he's a good guy. So I'm not sorry.
Not questioning his
Sorry.
goodness.
Sorry.
Who questioning?
You don't say that without reason. I know
So
the guy was crazy.
were you
but-
and Melzerium just not friends? Is that why he is upset with you, or was upset with
Zirium
you?
did not agree fully with things that my brother did, as well as me. Joffrey had to go through unimaginable ends in order to end up where he did. And I did play a part in that, in urging him in that direction. Nalzirium opposed, and there was a lot of animosity between us, but nonetheless, as I said before, there are secrets that I keep for the betterment of Zaxria. Things that if you were to know would only be a burden on your shoulders.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
Zone of truth.
I already believe him. I don't even have to roll for it.
24.
24.
Okay, we're finding out that the dean is a piece of shit liar. Billy just whispers that he's a piece of shit liar.
You were right.
Got him.
Always gotta do the head licks, you know.
Zone of
Turn
truth.
that on.
I'm just kidding.
So it's your dunks, you'll know.
Sitting here, looking out towards you, is there anything else you would like to discuss before I...
The tablet. I'm not supposed to talk.
I would.
Does anybody want to learn how to do a medieval lobotomy?
That's fucking awesome.
He's got too much pressure built in.
All that energy in that little body. We're gonna need to ice pick it out, huh? Be like,
I gotta see it again.
Not trying to get him to do that. Wow.
I do have one question to ask from you.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea from Port Creed how long it would take to get to the main islands of Southbrook?
I myself have never made that travel. I've been to Southbrook.
What's something before I wrote it?
Was that where you're asking, Southbrook or Azash?
I'm talking in more specifically Andros, but I doubt you would know where that is.
I'm not sure. I have made a journey to Southbrook, sorry. Not to Azash though. Southbrook, at least 4 months of travel just to get to the first island that's there, I think. From what I remember.
The main islands?
And
He's ever since our little battle with.
Wait, but you said from the Brimshire thing it'd be 2 months, I thought.
To where?
I thought you said 2 months to the south.
So Southbrook?
Maybe you said Azash.
No, he said a
Azash.
year from the Brimshire
Yeah,
Mountains to
drugs.
Southbrook.
Maybe it was Azash.
Well-
No, maybe it was from the port to the keep.
Yes.
yes.
In the
That's
mountains.
my bad. Don't know why I thought it was too much.
Thank you.
Alright. Now,
embarrassing shaking.
Don't think about the tablet. Don't think about the tablet. Don't think about the tablet.
You can see the dean gets a little more serious. Although he has that kind of stoicism to him, he kind of uprights himself. The capital of Arkest has reached out to us, as well as the king himself actually reached out. As well as you know, although we do not share the same continent or land, and we are a sea apart, they're still part of Zaxria, and we protect all of Zaxria. Arkest, for years, has been dealing with a vast number of issues for years. And it wasn't until recently that they were able to put at bay the slavers that would take their people from the villages that would be on the shores of the jungle. They've moved more inland, or had moved more inland, and that is where the capital resides, the capital of Arkest. The Bengarran have always been peaceful, while within the jungles, and like any other society have faced issues that they have dealt with on their own. Rarely do they ever reach out in order to receive help from us. But this time what they deal with requires a bit more aid. You watch them go kind of down to the side, you hear a drawer open up and then some paper kind of crumble. This here is all the letter reads. Maybe you can make more of it than I, but it definitely is a cry for help. I figured it should be brought to your attention. And your arrival here, this letter actually came maybe a week ago. And it does take a little bit of time for it to receive, to reach our shores and the keep as well, so. And you kind of, if you would, Mordrak, read it aloud.
To the keep. Our conversations have been few as of late. In order for us to communicate is a task in and of itself. The journey across the sea is hard, but what we deal with now is likes we have never seen, My people fear for their safety, and I do not blame them. I only ask that if you are able to, you send help at once. We are a strong people, but sometimes there is strength in having humility and knowing when you are in need of help. And right now, the city of Arkest is in need of help. With hope, King Zankala.
Very vague. He gives a nod, yes. The letter was very vague. I wish I had more information for you, but it was all that was sent. His seal was upon it and everything, so.
Do I know of him at all?
Yes, you definitely know of King Zankala. King Zankala is a very like Bengal tiger looking Bengarra, large individual, very, very well respected among his people, leads with a kind of nurturing and giving sort of leadership. Although he has like a lot of strength, he's very kind, understanding, very traditional too, like tribal. Even though it's a very, very large civilization, there's still a lot of that kind of tribal root to the society, so everyone feels very connected. He was called Chief Zankala for a long time, but with the way that the kingdoms were, it was much more thematically appropriate for him to start being called a king instead of just a chief, because of the amount of people that he actually, holds dominion over.
Does Finn know him? Maybe not met him, but do I know of him?
Probably all know a little.
You probably know a little bit about him. He wasn't really discussed during the history class.
Skip's got
No.
fucking.
I didn't know
Because we kind of went through like everyone.
Skip has
Yeah, you went
no
through
idea.
pretty much everywhere besides like Ezzeron and Azash. So you knew about like Vanore, Brimshire. You discussed them, but not in depth. But for you, you would have heard of him. Nobody's ever met him. Moldrak's never really seen him. Probably like portraits or something, or paintings, but nobody's ever met him.
Would my fellow enslaved Bengarrans maybe have mentioned him or
No, most definitely.
seek strength? And
Yeah, they definitely would have asked about him.
he probably wasn't enslaved though, was he?
No. The enslaving was more, you were within Azash, like the large continent, but the village you were within was on the shore, and that's where most of the enslaved Bengarran, were taken from, as the dean had just said. But as he also said, they've kind of put that at bay and dealt with it quite a bit as of late. As you were discussing before about your honorary member within your regiment, I'd say if he goes with you and is able to prove himself worthy in this task, doing whatever it is for the Kingdom of Azash, I will definitely, with all of your word and your vouching for him, allow him to sign within the Tome of Keepers. Especially if you say that he was integral in helping defeat Tenebris. I'll base his character upon what you say.
I think that's what. I feel like we're just going away from the tablet here.
It's because we do not care about the tablet at this moment.
I will arrange for the tablet to be destroyed. The tablet has been kept here more as a trophy than anything. We have no use for it. We don't really dabble with it much. It's a powerful artifact, but we have no use for it. I'll reach out to Tenebeth and see if we can do something.
Everything? You guys good? I think I'm good.
Oh, I think that might change our plans a bit.
That's a good point.
I mean, we don't really know how immediate this issue is, but...
I feel like we should go there first, before Southbrook. You okay with that, Skip?
If there's multiple lives in immediate danger, that is more than myself. I'd rather take care of the
Skip
public.
agrees. We're good.
Everybody else okay with that? Alright, well... Probably wait another few days for Shadow and then start going towards the port.
What if we just kind of get like a, head start and just, make our way out? And
I think we just
if he
wait
shows up,
for-
he shows up.
I think
Or-
we just wait for. We told Shadow to come to the keep. I think we should just wait for him.
That's fine. I hope since he's been away from us, he's been thinking about some of the things he's done.
A
So.
week and a half.
Are we,
About the things
are we
you
supposed to just find a boat somewhere?
I think you're 100%.
Unfortunately, yes. We have ties with Port Creed, but the way that their business works is there are several crews that come in and out of there that charter their boats out, and we don't really own a ship down there or anything, so it'll be up to you to find a crew and...
Look at this count, we do have those papers.
Fucking pirates now, boys.
I'm pretty sure I can get a ship for
Oh,
free
we
as long
can-
as we actually help them.
Oh.
I think that's how the sailor works. It's something like that. Let me check before I just say some stuff that's not true.
Shit, we popped out of his ass.
I feel like at this point we've headed out of the D's and
Yeah, we're definitely
discussed on the road.
That might not work out that well, actually.
Why not?
It says you might sail on the ship you served on. Can't do that one. Or another ship you have good relations with. Probably pirates. So,
Can't we make our relations while
Don't
we're
you
there?
have the sailor background as well?
We'll cut a fire, don't worry.
Yeah, Finn doesn't know anybody.
We'll cut a fucking fire.
you've called in a ferry, you can't do
He was like a self-made sailor.
Oh.
He was learned from his dad, and then that was about it.
I'm an unlucky sailor, okay?
Anybody summon the boat?
It's okay. Why are you looking at me?
Can
You
you?
summon a horse.
I got an idea.
Close enough.
My horse can't swim.
I have no ideas at this point.
No, I'm
I'll
some
bring
horse.
it up later. I have to talk
Yeah,
to the
I'm pretty sure I could get us a ship. Okay.
Except for paying for the ship, which we're probably gonna have to do, but I don't think we have enough
We'll see.
gold.
We'll see.
All
Like I
right.
said, talk to the dean about something, and I'll tell you guys later.
Okay. Sounds good.
Are we supposed to leave?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We already left. We left the dean's office already. We've been discussing as we've been walking.
So I say that, and I go back to the dean's office, and I talk to him about something else later.
Alrighty.
So, hello?
Yes. Did you... Oh, Connor. Good to see you.
So, I just have a few questions. I'm not gonna interrogate you or anything. If you're not comfortable about talking about it, don't. But, see, I know you told us about how we have to rebirth from the phoenix and everything like that. Kind of keeping us like down, not talking too much about it. But I died. Yeah, it's a long story. Actually, it's pretty short. I died. Finn, with his help from his people, brought me back. I only have like 16 years left.
Kind of gives a little bit of a look, a lot less than you'd imagine somebody would give from somebody telling him that they died and they're standing right in front of them. He doesn't seem too taken back, as he's probably seen several things and heard several things throughout all of his years. Well, Connor, if I'm being completely honest with you, I wish 16 years was all I had left. The things that I've seen and endured in my lifetime have been extremely troublesome, and it's a very heavy burden to carry, the things that I've dealt with. The 16 years I could have been with my wife and my family and gone with them when they went. You know, I've missed a lot of people, lost a lot of people. But I feel like if there was a timeline on my life, I'd live it the best I could, do with the time the most that I could. For you, I'm not sure what that is, but for me, I've been trying to accomplish it for centuries, just doing the best I can to keep Zaxria safe. My son gave his life to bring Zaxria to an era of peace, and I intend to keep it that way. If that means making thousands more generations of keepers, then that's exactly what I'm doing.
Have you ever looked into figuring out how to reverse what happened to you?
Yes, there's ways of doing it. Some painful, some easy. I've thought about it from time to time, but as I said, I'm having trouble letting go.
It's just kind of get a number set on you. What do I do now?
Whatever you want.
Well, gotta figure out how we can get a ship. I got an idea. I don't know about that.
Very well.
Thank you.
Of course. Make your way out. Think about it again. Only 16 years, and then storm off towards where they're at. Probably within the barracks.
Jerry, how old was Connor?
90. Oh. I was close on my
Like
guess.
what,
I think.
20, 23, 24 or something, right? Or a little older?
Mid-20s.
Like
Yeah.
a little boy, dude.
I think Connor's probably the youngest.
Oh, yeah. Who's the oldest?
That was a dumbass question.
No, yeah.
Orm's what, like 150 or something?
Younger than that. He's like, I guess it'd be the equivalent of like mid-30s / early 40s.
Yes.
The dwarf.
He's pushing 100. Yeah, Skip's like 250 something.
He's up there.
How long have we been playing the campaign?
Like real life? or
No,
campaign?
game
Game time? About 2.5 years. Well, 2 years. This is starting the third.
And there's like 44.
Oh, really? Holy shit.
First year got out of the keep, second year started.
Shit, wow, I feel like it was a lot less than that.
We started
Just like
the
quarter
campaign
life.
last November.
We've been playing for a year
We've
now.
been playing them for over a year. I still have so much ship.
So I make it back to the guys.
I find Steve.
Alright, what was your idea? We've all been waiting in anticipation.
So, I mean, I'm not sure if this will work. Maybe it'll help us when we have to go to Southbrook. But Professor Fletcher's brother, the head of the Navy, do you remember? Maybe he can help us.
It's true, we should try that.
Head of the
Talk
Navy
to him
in
tomorrow.
Southbrook?
Yeah.
Oh, I was here,
But he's still, you know, on some shit.
Maybe they have a ship here.
Like I said, it'll probably help us easier to get Southbrook, but maybe they can spare.
It's a good idea. We'll try that in the morning.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot easier to get. I think it's gonna be a lot easier to get stuff done near the keep though, because his word is probably spread that we are the keepers. So I feel like it might not be too hard to get a phone.
My grandfather was a pretty big figure over in Southbrook for his teachings. It's an idea.
Yeah. A good one. Try and see if we can arrange something.
What time is it in the game?
Probably about 9 o'clock. No, night.
Not yet.
I'm gonna go to the religious temple on the keep.
Okay.
How long do we plan to wait for Shadow?
2-3 days.
Alright, I'm going to sleep.
Alright. Same here.
Alrighty. You all find sleep. And Shadow, you making your way back. Shadow does not arrive back within those 3 days. Shadow's still probably about 2 days out even after that. Actually, no, more than that. He was on the 18th. It takes about 4 days to get back. He went back till the 22nd. You guys were on the 14th day, so we waited about 5 days.
Please, we were already there for 3.
You're right. So, be about 2 days. But you don't know it'll be about 2 days.
We're still gonna figure out what happened with the ships.
Well, hopefully it meets us at the port.
Yep. I'll let you do that within that time. Finding your way to his office. Finding your way to his office. He's within there. It is still very well organized within the library there. All of the shelves are still organized in the way that you had them. There's like a little bit of dust on the tables. As you imagine, nobody's really been in here. You can see that he's kind of to himself writing in a book. The book itself has looks pretty new. It's in good shape. You can see the front of it has a like a V on it. As he's flipping through it, you can see that there's probably about 3 or 4 pages that you'd imagine is probably correlated to you guys. And he's just kind of writing away inside of it. Has next to him like a piece of loose paper that has like notes and stuff all over it. Just kind of writing on the inside. Oh, Kona, good to see you. Please, come in.
How are you?
Very well. Been keeping very busy thanks to you. Been able to write more history. It's kind of full circle, being able to teach it and now write it. It's an honor.
How's the library doing?
Organized. Yeah. Is there something I can help you with?
I was wondering if you'd be able to get in contact with your brother at all. And see if we could get help with the ship.
Planning on sailing.
Yeah. Soon.
Where to?
Azash?
Huh. kind of writing on the side. What are you heading to Azash for?
We're contacting.
Continues to write
Don't
on
know what.
the paper.
That's all I know.
Heading to Azash, I'm not sure. My brother doesn't have very many connections there, but you're leaving through Port Creed, yes?
Probably.
Here. And he kind of takes a piece of paper, starts writing, folds it up, kind of closes it, puts a little seal. You can see the seal is pretty much just like the back end of an arrow, with like all the fleshes on it, and kind of hands it over to you. Bring that to the Port Creed. A lot of the boats will be docked on the side. Look for one. It's a quite large galleon. You should be able to find passage on it if you look for a Captain Hawthorne. Hawthorne. Yes, he owes my family several favors. My brother taught him just about everything he knows. He should have no problem getting you passage to Azash. He travels there quite often.
Thank you.
Of course. He just goes back over to the paper and kind of writes it in a
Fletcher
little bit.
helps them.
Is there anything else?
At the time, not really. We didn't make it to Lyceum.
Yes, I heard. I had a question, actually, if you would. Word travels pretty fast. Heard several different stories on how Tenebris was brought to an end. One of them says that Skip carved him in half.
Oh, it's
There was
true.
one where Moldrak pummeled him to dust. You,
That's true.
yourself, had torn him into oblivion with stars.
That's close.
There's several different ways of which we've been told the story ended for Tenebris, but what was the real way?
It was Todd.
Was Todd.
It was a group effort.
Oh, good.
We gathered. It's gone now. We gathered a scroll on top of the mountain, and inside that was probably one of the strongest spells to ever exist.
His eyes widen and he's like writing, listening as you're talking.
Concentration, and being able to decipher what was in it. I guess, for lack of better words to say, it obliterated him.
I like that word. He writes it down. Thank you. I heard 3 different options that all sounded well enough, but didn't want to falsify history anyway. He begins to write it to the paper.
What else you got in there? Like about the Tenebris thing? Anything else in there?
No, nothing at all.
Just
says
mostly what the deans told me. Was it.
something about Vince. Oh,
Such
I'm not
as...
supposed to put that in the book.
I don't really want to share it until it's done, but
What about when we were fighting Tenebris? Anything on that?
no.
No, no.
No.
Okay, just making sure. Thank you.
Of course.
Letter in hand, I head back to the boys.
Alright.
They only put the good things in the history
This
books.
would have gone to the,
That's why the other keepers are spotless. Don't worry.
the temple to try to seek out Mikhail.
Okay.
You know,
Easy enough. He's not within the temple, but you know where his office is, so you can make your way there. Sitting in his office, doors open, just his prayer book in front of him.
Oh, I hate.
Kind of looks like, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Professor. I have a couple of questions that need to be answered, and I hope that you'll be able to answer them for me.
I will do my best.
I don't know if it's the right course of action or not, but I'm attempting to head back to Yandros. I've been having these dreams, I could say, where I am in the perspective of a human male and seeing a small human girl. They feel real, more like memories than dreams. But I don't understand it, and that's why I'm trying to. I need answers.
Well, myself cannot tell you anything, but through Raphael, we may find answers, or at least a path to those answers. Maybe these dreams are something calling you home.
Maybe. I'm just unsure if it's the right idea to go back.
As long as you have faith, you shall persevere throughout the earth.
Thank you. And then Skip stands up and just kind of bows his head a little bit. Walks out, goes to the temple.
Skip, before you go, sorry.
Yes.
We've got. He reaches down and grabs forward a small box, hands it over towards you. It came for you from the High Priestess Kailaria.
Okay, I take it. You just kind of pop it open. What's in the box?
It's it kind of floors you for a second when you see it, just because it just has this connection. Well, looking at it, it's just a holy symbol, much more ornate than just like a carving or something. But it's a full pendant, probably about this large, just like an extremely large heart with these silver kind of rays going off the top. It is a symbol of FEL. It's kind of on a golden circle to where it like swivels inside of it. Here's one or two.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then I walk up. Thank you for the box, dude. Push the pocket. And I go to the temple. So kind of search himself for answers and pray. Like you said.
Dude, holy shit. Kyle fucking made this shit crazy looking. I'll show you guys in a little bit. Alrighty. So, while you are within the keep, Connor makes his way over to, all of you with the paper in hand.
I think we got a ticket to Azash.
How do you manage to do that?
Some guy owed Fletcher and his brother a few favors. We might be able to get there.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Captain Hawthorne.
Never heard of him.
Me either. But he's from Port Creed, where he docks there quite a bit.
Okay.
He says he makes many travels over there.
Tell us what his brother's name is.
Yes. Might be Gibbons.
What? Ohio? Never heard of that.
For
Fletcher's brother's
Give me a second, I got it written down.
Would I know him? Maybe not know
You
him,
would have heard
but...
of him for sure.
Okay.
A lot of stories about him. Some like very hateful. Some
Probably mostly
like horror stories
hateful.
of him boarding a pirate crew by himself and defeating the entire crew. Albert Fletcher. Yeah. Like him boarding a pirate ship by himself and taking on a crew of 12 or so of them, and then sinking the ship before making his way back to his.
And come on my ship.
Swimming across the entire Sea of Souls. A lot of people say that he was made captain when he was only 16, headed the Navy at 18.
Now he's 19.
Is that Hawthorne?
Albert. You don't know about Captain Hawthorne, though.
Makes sense.
You would have heard of Fletcher.
Probably trash.
Sounds sick.
So, I have this letter with Fletcher's mark on it.
Okay.
Pop this in the bag.
Is there a whole pig in there?
You can't see it. It's
it's just interdimensional space.
No, like smells like one.
Outside of the bag smells like a pig.
You telling us? Not telling us something?
What?
Keeping secrets? I'm hungry. You got something for me?
I do.
That pig is
Pull out
fucked right
I
now.
pull out a pig leg.
Thanks. Just eating it.
Doesn't taste fresh at all. It's very dry at this point.
I salted it. It's jerky.
It's dry still.
Food doesn't
Thanks.
last.
Yeah, no.
No.
They just rehydrate.
Can't you put like a fridge
Pour
inside
some
the bag?
ale on it.
It's a bag of holding as a fridge.
There's a different magical bag that preserves food and stuff, but
Just freezes time.
It's just cold on the inside.
for refrigerator.
Freezer bag.
Is it the bag of coffee? Or is it?
Colding? I like that.
That's awesome. Bag of holding.
There is definitely a bag in the game called Bag of Colding. I don't know where I heard that from.
It's great.
Alrighty, so are we waiting the 2 days?
Man, I'd like to wait for Shadow to get back. He's part of the team.
Skip's faithful. He's gonna come back, so he's gonna wait.
Finn's real antsy.
Alright, guys.
Just wants to run.
Just one more day, and then we got to go. I don't think we can wait too long.
Alright, so in the meantime, I'm going to practice my Arcana, and I'm also going to practice Dwarvish, but at the same time.
Dwarvish Arcana, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Dorcana.
Dark.
Arcfish.
Arcfish.
Arcfish, whoa. Cameo? Fourth wall break? Alrighty. So, 2 days pass, making it almost the end of zone at this
We're
point.
gonna 7-person, 6-person, all piggyback on Shadow's horse.
He's got his own.
I know, that's why I said 6.
25th of Zaneth.
I'd break the horse.
It's like a horse, but with like a motorcycle
There are
carrot
37
sidecar.
things in Zaneth.
Gotcha.
He's got 6 of them.
It's a tiny
all attached
donkey.
to each other.
Alright.
Trying to figure out something big that you would allow me to have as a mount. Like a steed.
A horse.
I'm a
War
little
horse is
anything that
probably the
You said,
biggest.
not an elephant. It's gotta be like medium sized.
War
I got you. Oh,
War elephants are smaller than
A
elephants.
Moomakill.
This is-
What about that thing we saw in the forest?
It's huge.
Oh.
That's like fucking.
It's like a Kodo.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a,
That's
it's like
actually exactly how he
steroids.
described it.
Can I do like a buffalo
Sure.
or something big like that?
A war buffalo.
Yeah, man, dinosaur. Listen, I'm getting my T-Rex.
T-Rex.
It has to be something.
We're going to the jungle. Billy said it could be a
Celestial
here.
T-Rex.
We're gonna find
like
out.
a bowl.
I just want something.
If
to
there's
be
a
able to
fucking
carry you
T-Rex
as
in
someone
there,
else.
You and Ander.
Yeah, like me and
Read
Andrew.
the card. Does it say?
It says I can have anything that you say.
I know, but I'm saying like, does the card
Yeah,
say
that's a
that the
real
steed will
fucking-
carry you, or
Seed serves you as a mount, bolting gun in and out. And you see the bond allows you to fight. There's not really anything that says anything about anyone else joining me on it.
I don't even want to ride your horse. So
I mean, even if you do have somebody ride on it with you, it's really not gonna change too much. Just
I have my own
because-
Moldrak to carry me around.
I'll just summon a
True, we
warhorse.
built you that harness.
I'll just do a celestial warhorse.
All right. Cool.
We haven't
Alright,
attached the
so-
current to it yet, but
About 2 days. I'd imagine you guys every now and then are like looking over the wall, waiting for Shadow to get back. There definitely is a time where you think to yourself, maybe he's not coming back. Maybe that was it.
Let's go. He's not showing up,
We
guys.
waited every day forever.
Only if I dispel it.
It's the end of the game.
he never comes out.
We're just
Eventually,
sad by a
probably about
window.
midday on the 25th of Zaneth, the sun cresting over in the hills. You see approaching a single humanoid on horseback. Very, very waddly on horseback, but nonetheless making his way there. You are sore. Your back and like the inside of your thighs is killing you. Make your way up towards the gate. You can see the gate is actually closed at this point. There are guards that are up there that are kind of looking down. G'day!
Hey, open the gate.
Certainly, sorry. They
Please.
go over and start the drawbridge kind of falling down.
Remember when we weren't allowed
You
outside?
start making your way over. We were prisoners.
Yeah.
You make your way across
We were in
the bridge,
detention.
kind of like.
We didn't think you were coming, buddy.
And we're already ready to leave.
Alright, turn the horse
I'm on my
around.
horse and everyone's
He's
ready.
like, I don't know how to turn it around.
How do you turn this fucking shit?
He's not even stopped right now. He's just going in a circle.
He's like hunched over it.
Are you okay? I'm glad to see you found the place all right.
You in pain?
Where'd you get a horse from?
That is a good point.
I'll show you something.
What's all that
stiff.
on the horse?
Oh, there's some gold. There.
Some.
200 for you. 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 Oh, good. There you go.
There's a
The copper piece.
A bag of sand.
You don't know though. It could be gold in there.
It's a bag of shit, isn't it?
We said sand.
What is it?
Sand.
Sand.
I put my hand in there. Is there anything in there?
Is it at least two
There's a
sand?
Glass.
There's a
Take 12 points of sand.
There's a single chocolate coin in there.
It's like a saw.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I pour it on me and it evaporates into my skin.
Sand.
Ah, refreshing.
What the hell? Why the heck?
It just blinks repeatedly.
Got the.
There you go.
It's one.
200 gold.
Oh, well, thanks. I missed you.
I'm just saying.
You guys want to put your gold
No,
in
I
the bag?
actually did.
It's a
You
lot to
just
carry.
said shadows. Shadows
Shadow,
up
do not let
two,
him lie to you. He, the
two
whole
in
time he
the
was saying
prank
we
war
should-
here. Okay.
I'm trying to
Let's
get
put
over
it out
things.
there.
This is a
This
step in the right
This is
direction.
pretty good. I expected you to be a lot more hostile. So
I'm not anymore. I just
Okay,
wanna. I just wanna go.
About the keeper thing. We gotta go and help King.
yeah, the king of Azash
Yeah.
in the jungle.
And then if we do that, he said you can be a keeper.
Cool.
Sweet.
So,
I'm sorry. We can have a house.
What?
Where you get a horse, a bunch of gold, and a house?
Where did you go?
confused.
On
You should leave more often. You just get a bunch of stuff like this.
Killed?
I'm the new leader of the League of Coins.
What?
What? I believe that.
Huh? Yeah, Skip's
I'm
definitely
gonna roll. I believe
Make a
that.
deception check. Who wants to do insight?
I do.
I mean, yeah, I would as well. Wouldn't I?
Just two of you.
I have 7 in insight.
21.
Only one.
Um,
Orem and Moldrak.
oh no, my
Yeah.
insight's
I
terrible.
don't
Can I be the one?
If it was
I don't
a
not
subject,
believe that.
We'll do it better than, or if it was an
'Cause I had
inspiration,
+5.
I could do it better than everybody else.
Ow! And later.
Wow,
Can
that's
I-
crazy.
Wait.
Are you gonna
Did
like?
someone
I
else
bend down,
do
I
it?
kiss his hand.
Wait, are you?
Orem and Moldrak already said.
Father.
Oh, does that mean you're after us?
Yeah, are you after us?
Or pull my sword out.
Does that mean they're not after us?
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's actually a good thing.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Don't even have to worry about it anymore.
Awesome. What, are you like? Are you like rich now? Is that
Wait.
why you gave us all this gold?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Do we have to live in Brunswick?
Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't like that place.
Yeah,
Kind of farther out.
Farther? Where'd you go?
A couple days away from Redwood.
Alright.
probably League of Coin
you have a
business.
house
I
now?
don't think you can tell us, guys.
Yeah.
You have a house now?
Well, it can be built.
Oh,
Tell them how to build it.
okay.
5 acres.
Wait, how'd you become
It's a lot of land.
the leader? League of, what? Leader of the League of Coin? Is that it? There we go. I got it, guys.
Ooh, this
Okay.
guy's really struggling over here.
How'd you do it?
LOLOC.
We're not actually the leader.
Wow. What?
You guys need to work on your insight.
I'm lost. I'm lost.
You just like
The mask helps. I can't
you
really.
usually don't say anything, so I just assumed everything you say is
I
true.
can't really
I don't
read
know.
facial expressions. With the
I'm
mask
good at
on.
being scary. That's it.
No, I was from this all this money comes from that girl that we saved her father.
Makes sense.
Edward Demal. Demal is what I had written down, but you said Duval. Okay,
Did I get the Edward part right?
you did.
If you fucked up Edward, that'd be a little sus.
He gave me all this stuff.
Well, did he give us a house?
Well,
to
he
build
didn't give you specifically guys a house, but I'm too.
Oh, okay.
People come too.
You can invite us if you want.
I'm standing at the gate.
When's he gonna build it?
Whenever everybody wants, I guess.
Oh,
We should go back there.
maybe after we
Got a little bit of stuff to do.
after
so
we
this might
get
be
through
a
our
little
list
bit.
of things, we can go back and have a house.
I was thinking about it. We should probably at some point deal with the leak of coin.
Ask them about that.
At some point.
Mm-hmm.
They're still stealing from them.
You still have that list that you're writing down,
I do.
stuff we had to do.
We've checked off a lot of it though. Hang on, it's in here. It's far
They didn't
back. I
notice
have
was
to.
there, though. They didn't even notice I was there.
Well, that's
Pretty
great.
terrible.
Garbage.
Or maybe they let you through.
It sounds like a trigger. And I'm like a wolf. I don't know how you miss me.
He has a very
You are.
good point.
He is very sneaky though.
See, if
Where'd
I
Shadow,
went there, they
where'd
would've
Shadow
killed
go?
He's still sitting on the horse.
Most likely.
Oh. See?
Andrew, I think you need to get your eyes checked.
We're going somewhere.
Alright,
We need to
to
go
the
walk
water.
Reed.
You ever save?
I'm.
You ever save Andrew's brother?
Negative.
Hey, what's your horse's name?
That was on the list.
It's still on the
He's
list.
dead.
Still on the
Name
list.
him.
Yeah, what's your horse's name?
Horse.
That's a good name.
That's a good name.
Have you been feeding
That's a very good name for a horse.
He uses Shadow. His name's Shadow. You think he's gonna come up with a fucking horse name? Come on.
It's a knee slapper.
The horse's name is Animal.
Runner. Turn.
It named what it do.
fast?
His name, Meat Motorcycle.
That's brutal. Meat is like. I'm gonna ride
I
it.
don't know if there's gonna be somewhere where you could like keep the horse at the port. So you want to like leave it here?
We'll probably get it on the ship.
Yeah, but
I don't.
That is the easiest way to
We're
do
gonna
it.
have
requires
to.
us feeding it as well.
Can
Because
Name.
We might have to
Horse
cross
having
the
like
desert.
unique markings.
Can
or anything
horses-
like that?
Can horses survive on water? I don't know how that works.
Are we really gonna take care of a Nene bicycle?
What's a
what?
bicycle?
What is a bicycle?
Unlucky one right there.
I'll tell you when
Go
you're older.
fuck yourself.
I'll tell you when you're older. Wait a second. I'm the oldest
It's a
person.
secret order thing. That's our discovery. We made bikes.
The order.
Ow, sand bike. It hurts.
Wow. That's rich.
Oh, we would be.
All I know is I control this horse telepathically.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I can still kill a horse.
that here,
Can't kill it if I
I want
dispel
to
it.
take it on a boat.
I don't know.
I think we should leave it here. Is there even like a stable for horses? Oh, yeah, there we go.
We just go like, somebody get this horse.
We could sell it. We could always
See,
sell it.
Guard makes his way over and kind of grabs it down.
Really, I didn't think that was gonna work.
I need refreshment.
I don't know if
Guy comes out with a spray bottle.
Alright, I guess it's not everything.
There's probably stuff in the comments. So.
Alright, I gotcha. Thanks.
The Shadow's still on the horse.
The guy's got it. Do you need some help over?
I'll help you.
Just fall back on her.
Trust fall.
Make a strength check.
God damn it.
I was standing behind him, so I assist.
Oh, we're -1, so our odds aren't great. 13.
Catch him and kind of stumble a little bit, and then feel something behind you just like completely stop. You turn around and Moldrack's just standing there.
Haha! We're a fin sandwich.
Guard takes the horse off. The distance to the
Leaving these
stables.
weirdos.
Two hairy,
I'm
two
gonna
hairy
be.
animals.
I'm gonna be. Don't even know where the stables are, so I don't know how we're getting that horse back.
Do you know where the stations are?
I can't remember.
It's they're. It's where all the rangers have their animals.
They're towards the back.
Are we ready to go?
Yep.
Those are
I
very
made them a
boring
list.
4 days of travel.
Take a hike.
Were you practicing your shadows?
I don't think he could. You see him on that horse?
I was,
Like he's struggling.
I tried a little bit.
He was. I mean, he could
It's
have.
very bright out, and there's not a lot of places to hide.
That's true. There's a lot of fields around here.
Right.
I wasn't
Oh.
passed out.
I want to do one thing. Oh, never mind. She's not gonna have it. Never mind.
Alrighty. You begin venturing out into the onto the road, heading southeast towards Port Creed. You've never really ventured this direction in your time here at the keep. You do know that Siegfried made his way down here when you guys were all searching for orcs and stuff like that. Yes.
Would I have had to come up this way when I was going to the keep initially?
Yes.
Okay.
So you would remember
Would I have?
because you have your outlander.
Or did I come
You
from
washed
the-
up like right. You see where that kind of bottom
Washed
lip
out.
is?
Did.
You did wash up. That bottom lip where that beach is.
Yes.
You would have been somewhere in there.
Okay.
Port Creed is more this kind of direction.
Skip doesn't know what the
I wish I
fuck
had the
that
other
is.
overlay on here 'cause it's got the map, which is nice. I'll have to show you guys in a second.
Don't, Kyle.
It's badass. It's pretty exciting. All right, now as you start making your way southeast, it takes roughly 3.5 days to get from there to the keep, just because the travel is kind of weird. You have to go up and around. But once you make your way down towards Port Creed, you can see off in the distance this port city. It looks quite large. There are several buildings that are kind of tall. They're not very wide. There's probably about 5 or 6 that you can see that are standing straight up. They're all made of this wood material. There's a dock that goes out that's probably a good, 70, 80 or so feet in length and width, and it just kind of extends outward. You can see a central large kind of building over to the side that looks like some sort of a tavern, possibly. Then on towards the other side, there's a large kind of like harbor house that has like a boat actually stored inside of it. There are guards that are around, kind of walking about, that you can see. As you get a little closer and into the city, one of these things have before. Thank you.
Like a long HDMI cord, hook up to the TV and you display images on the TV.
That would be nice. Good idea. Fine issue mount. Alright. Now, as you start making your way up towards the port, you can see that there is a small road that kind of goes down on a hill. As you're approaching from this direction, you can see the buildings over on the side, these kind of tall, maybe 2-3 story high buildings. They're not very wide though. It's probably only like 2 to 3 rooms at most. The wood is a little tattered. There is some wear to it, probably from like the wind and rain and things of that nature. The port itself is not extremely nice, but nonetheless seems functional. There's nothing like decrepit or broken around, and if it is, it's being tended to. You can see probably about 5 or so ships that are over on the side, and for Andrew and Finn, like you guys looking at them like it's been a while since you've seen a ship. even though there are some memories that are connected to them, there's still something about it where, it's like, you're familiar with it, kind of excites you a little bit looking at it. You can see people that are making their way across the docks with boxes that are setting into the ships. You can see people that are walking in and out of buildings. A lot of these buildings on the side seem to be homes that are about 3 or 4 stories high. Over towards the back where the tavern is, there are people that are making their way in and out of there. At this point, it's probably closer to 5:30 in the afternoon, maybe 6, so the sun is still out and pretty bright during this time of year. Once you make your way into the city, there are, once those houses are kind of towards your back and you're more towards the shore itself, the docks that kind of extend out, there are a few ships that are untended. Doesn't seem like the crew's by them, they're just kind of docked there. There are guards that are kind of around, looking about. The guards themselves are very mercenary-like, but nonetheless seem to be able to keep the peace around here if need be.
I want to go see it.
Okay. Just kind of walking up, you can see that it has like a very small kind of skull cap on, sword at his side. Doesn't have a shield or anything. Very basic leather armor. Sees you approach.
Excuse me, guard.
Oi.
Hey. I'm looking for a Captain Hawthorne.
If you're looking for Hawthorne, he's probably in the tavern.
You sounded like a little chuckle. Is he interesting guy?
He's a character for sure.
Okay. Thanks.
Best of luck to you. He kind of walks over a little bit.
That's a good point. Hey, where's the tavern at? He pointed towards it.
That large building back there.
Thanks.
No problem.
There's 5 large buildings back there. Gotta check them all.
We gotta go to the tavern, guys.
What for?
The guy we're looking for should be there.
Oh.
I gave a chuckle, so I hope he's not drunk.
I'm gonna hop off the horse and just tell him to follow.
Okay. Well, let's go find out. I mean, you could probably be drunk and a good ship captain at the same time.
It's true.
Is it true? I wasn't.
It's true. It is true.
What ship captain's drunk?
All the captains I've met are drunk, so.
Ship's captain?
No.
So we're still in the town, or like I mean
Very,
we're
very
not.
small port city.
We haven't taken off yet. Can I go look for a clothing store?
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. Finding your way over towards like the sides, there is a smaller kind of portion to this city that has a very, very small kind of trade quarter to it. There is a shop that sells like leathers and cloth and other things like that, so that's kind of your best bet. You can head from there. You can see a couple other shops that were like general provisions. There's one that has a lot of almost like a little harbor type of shop where it's like on the shore, like on the dock itself, and there's probably, imagine like anchors, rope, other things like wooden planks that you can buy. It's like a big kind of hefty shop, like boat repair kind of thing. But making your way into that store, once you step inside, you see there's an individual in there, woman. She has a bunch of pins and needles and things that are going through the blouse that she's wearing, and it's kind of tucked up over to the side. Her hair's kind of pulled up in this large kind of messy do that's kind of sitting up here. It's not like a bun or a ponytail. Her hair's just all kind of wrapped together and sitting over the side with this scarf that's holding it together. Her nose is kind of a little pointier and kind of comes over the top of her lip. She sees you walk in and has like a little mole here. The dress underneath, like the blouse, is pretty poofy. Sees you walk in. Good day.
Hi. So I am going on a voyage, and I don't want to get these robes dirty. So I'm just looking for some voyage garb, if that makes sense. Just nothing crazy. Just some clothes if you have any.
I have very basic leathers and cloth, if that would do.
Yeah, that'll work.
It's warm, so maybe the cloth.
Yeah, absolutely.
The cloth top, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Right.
Thanks.
She kind of gigs over. The pants are leather though, but imagine
That'll work.
they're more tough.
Excellent.
I have a nice pair of boots here if you want those.
Yeah, no, those would be awesome.
She kind of grabs, takes them over.
Do you have like a fitting room, or like we can like size this to kind of fit
Yes,
me a little
just
better?
Put it on now and I'll size you.
All right, so I kind of removed the robe, and I'm probably just like in old-timey simple undergarments, and I
Just to
throw it on, and so I put it
Once you
on.
put it on, the sleeves are a little like big around the cuff.
Mhm.
She kind of just takes it over, takes a
Wraps it,
like piece
pin.
of and then pins it there, and kind of goes over and starts hemming everything and adjusting it. So, what brings you to Port Creed?
We are actually going. So we're the keepers. Me and my crew. We're the keepers of Zaxria. So
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
we're just
I'm less enthusiastic.
we're heading to the other continent. They need our help, so that's where we're heading out to. I just don't want to get the rope sturdy.
Understandable.
Mhm.
I can't believe I'm doing work for a keeper.
Oh well, thank you. We as a whole team appreciate it. If anyone else needs some clothes, I'll make sure they come here because
Sure.
they're doing a great job. Thank you.
Gloria.
Yeah. Finn. Nice, shake her hand.
Alright, well, and she kind of going about it. That should be it. She kind of takes the pin out and moves a little more. As you take a step back and gestures your hands.
And then I stand and look at myself, and there's probably mirrors or something in there.
The mirrors aren't like very nice.
No, they're probably like dusty.
Yeah, and there's like some grime to them, but looking, it looks like it fits very nice. It's like a very kind of not poofy, but bigger white top. Has like the strings in the front here. Normal leather pants with a belt on it. The kind of bigger sailor type boots.
There's probably something about it that feels home to me because it's just what I've
it's
known
the same
before I
stuff.
came here. But so fits nicely, feel good. So how much?
2 gold.
Oh, perfect. So I used some of the gold he gave me and I handed over. I actually I'll give her 5. Tell her to keep it for tip.
Really?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
She takes it. And
This is just sand. It's no good.
Oh, sorry, I got the bag switched.
Why do you keep it back?
But
Give him a bit.
I'm gonna look for a if I'm kind of in this area, I'm going to look for maybe a jewelry store, something like that. Kinda, I don't know if it would anything like that would be found in here, but just
at this time of day, like the area you're in, much like most cities you've been to, you imagine there's a lot of like people that come through, like peddlers that have all various wares and stuff. But at this time, it doesn't seem like anybody's around with anything like that.
no. All right, so I take my clothes. Before I leave, I actually ask her. It's like, do you have like a box or like a bag for these? I just don't wanna.
Yeah, certainly. She kind of takes like a burlap sack.
Oh,
Hands it
perfect.
over to you.
Thank you so much. Again, thanks. And I make my way out, and I'm back to the boat.
Once you start heading over, you guys make your way into the tavern. Finn slowly following behind, making his way there.
Skip has his
That's what I've been smelling.
Okay.
This whole time, I'm like,
trying to hide his face because he knows,
cooking something? No, it's just fucking chips.
Okay, so what does this guy look like?
You walk in
find
there
out.
and just say, Captain, have fun.
Captain what's his name? Hawthorne? Captain Hawthorne? Hello?
Look for some.
Nobody reacts. Everybody's Captain Hawthorne.
Nobody really pays attention to you shouting. Go to the.
I know how to get it. Don't worry, I know how to get everybody's attention. I pulled the pistol out of the bag.
Oh God! No, we need a sailor's whistle. We need a sailor's whistle. Get everyone's attention with that.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna kind of split off from the group and go look at it, try to see if I can find this man,
Rich man.
Captain Hawthorne.
I'm just gonna ask everybody in the
That's why
bar
we
if
went
they're
up to the
Captain
bar.
Hawthorne.
Yeah.
That's where
Are
I'm
you
going.
Captain
I'm starting to
Hawthorne?
wonder
Are
the
you
bar
Captain
I'm walking
Hawthorne?
about.
We're going
Oh,
for
we
it.
were just gonna ask the bar.
Yeah.
So
All right.
just head to the bar.
Makes sense.
Your guys' thing sucks. I'm just gonna ask everybody, and then they'll fucking tell me who they are.
Role playing ours first.
All right. So as the
I don't want
the
to
group kind of moves up towards the bar, you can see that there is a pretty gruff-looking dwarven individual behind the bar. He has his beard is very, very scruffy and not very well shaved. There's kind of like spots of it that are growing in more than others. He's got like a little bit of a move, like his chin sits a little to the side. So you go, "Hey, what can I help you with?"
We are looking for Captain Hawthorne. Is he here?
Like certainly. Wolthorn's over there with his crew. Kind of points with the pinky and kind of turns to the side a little
There's
bit.
a big captain's hat that says captain on it.
Yeah, it says Captain. I'm definitely on the other side of the room. Like,
thank you.
Captain Hawthorne? No. Captain
I go
Hawthorne?
walk
No.
up. I go, Ander, he's right there.
I can't hear you.
Did we catch the name of the bar?
Going through everybody.
It doesn't have a name to the front.
Damn. That's what I put bar.
Just says
Barport.
Just bar in Port Trees.
Port bar.
It smells
That's an
hot. Don't you have something spicy? I'm going insane.
I wouldn't be
I think
looking-
so.
I keep smelling a bunch of
I
smells.
wouldn't be looking at him if you're looking for him.
Yeah.
Please.
I run.
Oh,
I
because
had
that's
honey
just
barbecue wings yesterday. My mouth is on fire. Okay, so.
Honey, baby.
No.
He's a baby.
I'm crazy.
Alrighty.
The hot Cheeto.
I ate a whole bag of hot Cheetos
You
when
did.
you weren't there at D&D, okay? So fuck
Watch
off.
the VOD.
Have you tried the AAA Ranch Cheetos? They're super good.
Alrighty. So, as he points over to the individual, you see a human man. He has like a chin strap beard here, but it doesn't connect. It's just like kind of a mustache and this kind of goatee, little soul patch here. He has on this tan and brown, like eccentric overcoat, like a trench coat, leather kind of tannish pants. His boots come up to probably about knee high, and they have these kind of golden buttons on the side that are holding them up. He has a large scimitar on his side. His hair is black and kind of tossed to the side, and it has this white streak that goes like from here to the side. He has on several rings on his left hand. His right hand has kind of one or two that are on it. You can see that he has a little bit of like a popped collar that has a tan to the inside of it, and the outside's like this dark brown color. He has on several bracelets on the right arm. His left arm has a like a gauntlet on it that kind of connects to his hand. He's kind of sitting there. Has a glass in his hand and just very gently sipping on it and setting it down. You can see a bunch of crew members around him kind of sitting and drinking, and a couple of them have like women on their laps and they're just kind of chilling. There's food that's kind of around them, and they're all just relaxing there.
I walk up to the
I'm gonna go to the bar, and I am going to order a round of drinks for all of them.
Oh, I pulled the letter out of my bag.
Which one?
The letter. With the seal on it.
I don't know if
I gave it.
You gave it. Okay,
So
I
you
just
can put it in the
wasn't
bag.
paying attention. I haven't yet. So yeah. Get a round of drinks for all of them. It's probably a good 3 or 4 gold to get drinks for all of them.
That's fine.
Excuse me.
You walk over to them.
Yeah.
And you sit there. Can I take a sip?
Do you happen to be Captain Hawthorne?
Yes, I'm Captain Hawthorne. How are you?
Hello, my name is Skip. I'm with the Keepers of Zaxria.
Good for you. Takes a sip. The drinks start kind of making their way over. The crew. Well, I'll take that. Yeah, certainly. Kind of reaches over, grabs a cup. Captain Hawthorne kind of sitting there. The rest of you start approaching as well.
Those are from us. Nice to meet you.
You as well, Keepers of Zaxria.
Those are.
I am Captain Hawthorne. What can I do for you?
We're hoping to gain passage on your ship. We are heading to Azash. Can I gesture out the letter?
Takes 2 fingers and kind of clasps it. And flips it to his finger. Sets it down. Sits on the glass. Takes the letter. Kind of throws his feet up onto the bar itself and undoes the seal on it. Fletcher. You got it from Fletcher, huh? Alright, well. He kind of opens it up. Looks at it. Very well. What are you going to Azash for?
To help. They need help. The king. He needs help. I mean, hey, if he's gonna take us, he should know something.
Captain Hawthorne? Fuck, I just got here. Please help me. You guys told him everything?
No.
Captain
I mean,
Hawthorne, you carry yourself like a sailor.
Close, but not really, I guess.
You know your way around the ship, yes?
Yes.
Good, you will be helpful along the way then. If you are to be on the ship, you will help along the way.
That's fair.
It is not free passage.
Of course.
I also know my way around the ship.
You do not look like it.
It's the hair, isn't it? Yeah. Oh well.
It's like a Disney movie, less like a sailor.
Are you with the Navy?
With the Navy? No. I am not with the Navy.
Okay, okay.
He sits with an elbow on the counter and leans over towards you. You have trouble with the Navy, friend.
Used to, I guess, kinda. Wasn't really my fault.
The pass covered in gold, yes?
Not for me, but yes.
Not your own gold, I would
Not
imagine.
my uncle.
Kind of takes a glass, raises it up towards you, sets it down, stands up, kind of puts one hand on the scimitar on his side. All right, crew. These are the Keepers of Zaxria. Kind of pushes his hands up towards you. They all take a cup, kind of drink. We will be giving them passage to Azash in days to come. For now, we drink and we eat for tonight. Tomorrow morning we sail. I will show you the ship then. For now, I guess find somewhere to fall asleep. And he kind of looks around and you can see that there's people just like on a chair passed out or like on a table slumped over. It doesn't seem like there's any beds or anything, just more. Just a tavern.
I wanna head back up to the barkeep. Get them another round of food. Sound good?
Certainly. Kind of leans over and starts heading towards over the side. Just grabs like a large plate that already has like meat on it. It seems like it's probably been sitting there for a little bit. Just grabs
Ready to
it,
go.
grabs another tray and heads over in that direction. Sits it down. Probably like 5 more.
I'm gonna finish my drink and head out. I'm gonna go look for like a general store.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the barkeep. There an inn around these parts?
Your best bet is probably going a mile north. There's a small village. People like to rent out their houses and let people stay. But around here,
It's Airbnb.
that's your best bed over there.
Airbnb.
He points over to like a chair or something.
Thank you.
I have a bed will
Alright guys, you ready to camp out? You'll probably find a spot outside.
Yes, and skip shuts on.
Just in my arms.
You're gonna wake up tomorrow on blocks.
Just your torso.
They took my rims!
I wish I knew sleep. It would make it a lot easier.
I would definitely know if someone's coming near me to touch me.
I get away with one arm before you wake up.
That's my good arm!
It's my shield arm!
Alright.
Do I find the general store?
Fuck.
What do you looking for?
I was gonna buy 2 months worth of rations and put them in the bag.
Okay. 2 months of rations.
12 gold, I
Yeah.
calculated
Yeah.
for you.
That's probably about right. How
It
many
was,
is
it was
for
2
a
silver
day?
piece for 1 day's worth of rations.
Okay, cool. Thanks for calculating that. Alright, I gotta use bathroom.
Did you do 30 days or 80 days? Or 60 days or 80 days? Why? So I swear you made the calendar 40 days. It's weird ass.
Oh. I did 30 days each.
Fuck 'em.
I can also create food and water, but if I don't have to spend a spell every day doing that, then...
Mark. Alright, we kill this guy, we take his shit, and then...
We're the
his
captains
crew.
now.
I want Andrew to look at him and go, look at me. I'm the captain. And then stab him.
Because I have to know.
Yep. Don't actually want to do it.
Oh no. Doesn't work in D&D, sorry.
I'm sure if
Andrew's not me.
Just take the cover around.
Soda's made.
Ready?
Do you agree?
It's better than ours though? Or far?
They're good for That's for you.
For me.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Okay, bring
Oh, we got the plan, boys? Alright. He's not ready for this one.
Alrighty. So now within the tavern, as you are sitting here, there are drinks being had. People are laughing, making jokes. A couple of like little tussles back and forth, but they're nothing like fists. It's just kind of like wrestling around and messing around with each other. Eventually, the night dies down a little bit. Captain Hawthorne makes his way over to where you guys are sitting. Has a drink in his hand. Still kind of the same wine glass. Just kind of holding it. Doesn't seem intoxicated. Doesn't seem out of sorts or anything. Just walks over. Sits down.
Hello.
So how long have you been the Keepers of Zaxria?
Well, like 2 years now?
No, like a year.
Years. Somewhere around there.
Year.
Sorry, the yours on the same. You lose time.
He's not.
I gotta point that out.
Really quick, like almost immediately.
He's in training.
There have been stories that float around about Keepers of Zaxria, but I myself do not listen too much. But now that you are before me, I can see that they are not just stories.
What have you seen?
Whoa!
What have you
Why are
heard?
you staring at
Hi, what have you heard?
Different tales. Things of your glory and bravery, heroism. There are people that sing songs at times.
Humbleness.
I need to hear this.
We're obviously
It's the
most
same.
humble people.
The saviors
Most of the time,
world.
they are nothing but good things.
But
Talks of the keep. Things that float around. You know.
Is there any rumors about me being tall?
I do not even know your name. What is your name?
Ander.
As for the rest of you.
Moldrak.
Finn Williams.
You know my name.
I do not.
I told you, Ezzeron. I am Skip.
Oh, that's right. You did introduce yourself.
Or if you would like my full name, I can give you that too.
keep it simple.
Sure, I don't want it. That shadowy doesn't talk much.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, you.
Sets the drink down. The only two people you will need to know on this voyage is me, Captain Hawthorne, as I've already introduced myself. And that is my first mate, Jameson. He kind of points over. You see when he points, it's very, not like dainty, but it's soft. There's not like any forcefulness to it, it's just kind of like this light point. Points over to an individual, probably about 6'2", has a very, very tight ponytail up at the top of his head. It's completely shaved at the sides. He's got a beard that comes down to about like right here. You can see his entire like left sleeve is a bunch of different tattoos. There's like this very, very large serpent that kind of wraps around his entire arm very, very slowly, and gradually gets to kind of near his wrist, and then gets cut off right there. And then there's just very small like little things on the inside of that. He's just standing over to the side with a tankard, sipping on it. Anything either of us say goes. It is a 2-month journey to Azash. So there will be things that we could come across the sea that we will travel. We'll be the southeastern side, so we'll be within the Klemt Sea and the Crystalline Sea at the same time. Azash at times can be harder to navigate, but we are a skilled crew. We've been there before, made the trip. I cannot say without incident every time, but just be prepared. And if you are the also glorious Keepers of Zaxria, I am sure that whatever we come across you will be able to deal with, yes?
Yes. Just out of curiosity, what have you come across?
The occasional storm is quite prevalent. There are sea creatures that dwell within the waters.
Okay.
Roving pirate ships are very prevalent as well. I just need to know that if it comes down to it, that you will be ready.
More than ready. Skip over. Sniper is on my right, I would defend your crew.
No, I don't need all that, but thank you. I appreciate it.
We're ready for what the sea throws at us.
Do the float I sink, so I'd rather not do.
I take a cup. I put it in front of Shadow.
At this point, Captain Hawthorne gets up.
Get training.
I love her.
War!
Holy shit.
He wants you to do the shadow thing. He got up and went. Everybody's half asleep and drunk. We can see it.
Skip shot.
One more.
What was it?
It's just a d20 plus your proficiency.
18.
18. Alright. So as you're sitting there, everybody looks away and you focus the energy onto the cup. You actually watch the shadow that's next to the cup kind of not move, but you're almost pulling on that energy that's there, and you kind of shift it over to the side, and you watch very, very briefly the shape of the cup sits there, and then kind of whiffs away like smoke. Connor was the only one that saw.
Oh. Scared me, huh? Can't hit stuff while I'm not looking. Jeez.
He can.
I prefer he doesn't, okay? Sorry. You got me again.
I walked away can go to the bathroom, but did he mention any sea monsters?
Yes. You said that there were sea monsters. That you specifically
So they usually fight krakens.
There's sea monsters,
90-foot
bat
tall
storms,
krakens.
and pirate ships.
All things we're prepared for. I don't know if I'm prepared for a 90-foot tall kraken.
Yes, you are.
If I see a sea monster,
I've
I'm
been ready
taking
to
it
kill a
out.
kraken for years.
Go ahead. I'll throw you out of
I'm
the
ready to fight a
door.
hurricane.
Killed my dad.
I'm not ready to
Well, I'm going to sleep, so.
I'll be too.
Puts his hand on the table.
Skip shuts off.
Finn's gonna keep drinking and drinking and drinking until he knocks out.
Until he dies. Because that's what happens.
Because alcohol in real life puts me to sleep.
Liver failure.
Anything anybody is doing before waking up the next day?
Before I wake,
Probably getting up to pee.
Nice. Quick one.
when I wake up before everybody, I'm just gonna walk out and water. Do it
He's
for
gotta
everybody.
just brag about it every time.
I'm gonna
I pray.
quickly make sure I got everything
Here, scoot back, please. Thank you.
before I go to sleep. And when I wake up, make sure I got it.
Got it. You do. Okay. This port here, although it is a little dodgy, it doesn't seem like anybody here is really like a pirate or a thief in any way. They're just a lot of, it's like their job, you know, they're just sailors and stuff. But nonetheless, better safe than sorry.
If I'm sleeping in a public area,
Oh yeah, 100%. I understand.
He's also sleeping by shadow. You never know. That guy.
he's giving me one thing.
Should have sleep.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Sleep steal.
Alright, so as you're up bright and early, thinking you're going to be the only person awake, looking out, and once you get out, or once you wake up in the actual tavern, most everybody that was in there is gone. You get outside and it is lively. There are people wide awake getting ready. They're on the ships, up and at it, grabbing the goods and belongings and putting them into the ship, like on the back. You look over and can see the individual Jameson has like 2 crates up on each shoulder and is like walking up to the boat and like takes it off with one hand and sets it down, sets the other one down and is like grabbing stuff. So you can see that the ship you're on is actually going to have some sort of cargo, and you can actually see the ship that you're going to be on as well. So you can either just kind of make your way over towards the side on the dock or actually onto the boat, whatever you wanted to do.
Can I look for the captain?
No. I'm gonna go to the edge of the dock, like an empty dock,
Okay.
if there is one, and that's where I'll do my prayer.
As you're there, kind of by yourself, a little bit of time passes before you hear like the stepping of boots behind you on the dock. Stepping next to you, Captain Hawthorne, kind of looking out towards the sea, has like one hand behind his back and the other on the blade itself.
Just my eyes are still closed.
So, you are not human.
No, I'm not.
That is fine. I have seen stranger things.
Powering off.
That was Skip.
Weird sound.
Skip.
Just go
Falls into the water.
You hurt his feeling, TFR, though.
Probably died. Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Have you been to sea before, Skip?
I've been in it.
Well, I will tell you that it is unpredictable what can happen out on those waters. So I hope that you are going to stick to whatever oath or promise you had made me within the tavern last night.
Don't worry.
My crew is my family.
While I'm on that ship, I will treat them as they are my family too.
Well, they are not your family.
It is a metaphor.
He gives a nod. Wake your comrades. We leave in a moment, so be quick. He walks over towards the
Skip
ship.
jumps up and books it towards the tavern.
Is there? I think I asked you this before. Is there a god of the sea?
Yes. How are you gonna do this?
Because it's important. Okay?
I know it is. I know it is. I think it's. That sucks.
I think it is. That's
It's
Probably. Two of you probably have it written down somewhere.
well, it's wide water god.
I think it is.
I think I have every god written down.
It is Southbrook.
Oh wait, I have it. In my references.
We got a food and meat wine.
My boy.
I gotta watch it.
I do believe it is Thassa though.
Hand dog.
Skip, as you're bolting towards the tavern, the door opens up and Finn is like right there.
I'm trying to like not run into him.
Oh,
Hi. The boat's ready. You can.
it's Thassa.
I point to which one we're getting on. It's the big one.
What's your name?
I have no clue. Why would a boat have a name?
All boats have names.
Why do all boats have names? That seems silly.
You have a name.
But no, I have a abbreviation.
It's still your name. Is what we call you.
But I am a living being.
Are you moving?
No, I'm not gonna argue with you. We gotta go.
I'm good. I'm gonna go and wake everybody up.
I
Being careful not to rattle Moldrag too much,
Can
so
I-
I don't get clocked.
Can I find one of the sailors just
I'm gonna,
randomly
like-
walking around?
With the back of my blade.
What's her name?
Oi, it's the Gilded Gust.
Yes. Beautiful, thank you. I start helping actually. Like,
Yeah.
We're leaving.
I'll start making my way to the ship.
Is there like a food market before we?
is there a food court?
I'm buying some lemons and I'm scurvy.
Hell yeah,
Oranges.
man. Thinking.
It's oranges.
You can get like 6 lemons for
Nice,
a gold piece.
I load up my bag. I get like 60 lemons.
It's gonna be fucked.
Things are gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fucked.
I'm gonna eat them all.
Look back here.
like an orange.
I don't like these things in the Zax. I don't like them either.
Oh, that's awesome.
Make some iced tea.
So let me correct that. Skip gets everybody up like a little kid on Christmas Day.
Get me up before shadow.
I get everyone up at the same time.
How do you do that?
You get me up.
Get up! I think a large
he
metal
has like a
dude
alarm
running
noise
into
he
a place and
uses.
yelling.
Just opens his mouth.
It's the battle alarm.
I'd
Someone
shake
press
them all
snooze
up.
on Skip. I'm trying to sleep.
You hit his head. That's a snooze.
Alright, you wake everybody up. Kind of start shake Shadow a little bit.
It is time. We are leaving now.
5 more minutes.
No.
I'm already out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Finn and Ender are already outside.
We are leaving now if you guys would like to follow me to the boat. Leave them all over the boat. The way.
Alright. As you guys make your way out, you guys watch and look as Finn and Ender are on the boat. And
Oh, I'm
Ender-
not on the boat yet.
You're not on the boat yet?
Not on the boat yet.
Okay,
We're getting on the boat.
you have to let me know these.
I said I was going towards the boat, okay?
I would
Oh my
imagine
God.
going towards the boat would mean that you're getting onto the boat.
We're getting on the boat.
He's walking by it.
I say a little prayer to Thassa. Thassa, guide our way, please. And then I hop on the boat.
JC.
Blowing off the homies.
Alright, so as you guys make your way
I
out,
also start helping.
you see Ander and Finn are untying several things, going over towards where the crates are with some rope and tying them down in place. You start making your way over towards the Gilded Gust. You can see it is a large galleon type ship, probably a crew of close to 20 or so people, not including the captain and you guys. You watch a couple of people start climbing up the ropes on the side and letting down some sails. Once the sails start getting let down, You watch the captain walk over towards the back, kind of up a little bit of a set of stairs over towards the helm. Kind of one hand behind his back, the other one gets put up onto the wheel itself. Kind of looks off. All right, everyone, we are going to sail to Azash. May Thassa give us a safe and quick journey, and may the winds be in our favor.
His pirate very better.
Kind of
Yo
burst all of
ho!
you. Everybody kind of. All right, to Azash. As he says that, the crew's on the side having the rope to pull down the sail. You guys probably each on a rope as well, just because you were like moving with the crew, and people really don't pay attention to who's doing what, just that it's getting done. So the two of you having it. As he says that, you watch the crew's going to pull, and the sails kind of bellow out, and the wind takes it. You watch him on the helm, kind of grabbing at it, pulling it forward. The ship starts to kind of splash as it starts hitting a couple of waves, and you can feel the rock from the ship itself, and some of you are kind of grabbing onto the side.
Skips on all fours.
I remember
As you're
this
making
very
your way
well.
over.
He doesn't know
You
what
can
to
see
do.
that as the further you get out into the deep blue, the further that the land behind you disappears. Kind of looking back, can see it getting to be more of a speck, and then once it disappears to nothing, you look around and you're surrounded by nothing but the sea. Clouds above you, you can see the sun is cresting over the water, the waves are kind of splashing a little bit. There's like this loud kind of rock and this like
Skip grabs the boat tighter.
the boat kind of creaking, and then as you make your way further out, the seagulls become less and less, to the point where you look around at each other and see nothing but ocean and water. And that's where we'll pick it up next time.
Before we stop, who's seasick?
I don't have a stomach, so I can't puke.
Moldrak might be a little bit.
I imagine probably like Moldrak and
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
honing right now.
Yeah.
I'm probably I am. I can't get seasick. So.
alrighty.
That's what's cool. I want to give you role-playing moment of the day, because that fucking thing was so fucking funny.
That was great.
Tablet. Fuck, I'm not supposed to talk!